So, lads, episode number 7 of the Team Takeover podcast. We are here with myself, Dale, and Jacob at this stage, just the three of us, and we are currently live on the Unbeatable Jacob Twitch channel. So, guys, if you want to see any of these live, go follow Jacob on Twitch. It will be the first link in the description. So, lads, an okay week for my team, I guess, was it? Well, an interesting week. A massively interesting week for my team.
You thought it was
a controversy to start it off now.
Yeah, do you want? Let's go into that. Screw it. The 250 is a disaster, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe
get it out of the way.
I can't believe this week has just been really long for me. I thought that was before the last podcast, but you're right. Yeah, that was like last weekend, wasn't it?
It was like right after the last podcast. Like, wasn't it the Saturday?
Monday.
Yeah,
Monday. Yeah,
it was Monday because on Sunday we were with Ty, and we spent half the podcast with Ty talking about how it was going to be, whether it'll be a final between him and Splash, about how RCA might be the toughest player to play against, and both of them go and get disqualified.
Yeah, I mean,
just get themselves yeeted right out of there.
It's bad. There's people who are in 12th place on PlayStation 5 getting emails and invites. Something drastically wrong happened. I don't know what, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I never.
The worst part about that was Fatboss would have qualified if Penny Magic didn't beat him in the last game.
See, I wouldn't even know who was down there in the 13th and 14th place. The scoreboard isn't even meant to go down that far to know who's down there.
Nobody knows. The only people that know that they were 12th is the person that finished 12th because the scoreboard doesn't show it.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that is because Fatboss was streaming and he was in 10th place at the very end and he obviously didn't get the invite. And if he had beaten Penny Magic, he would have finished like 8th or something overall. So he would have, like, Boz would have been in there.
Well, Don't God, dude from Australia, I believe, right? I want to say he got an invite and he was 12th. I might be.
Don't God qualify in the end?
He did, yeah. He got an email, and I'm pretty sure he was in 12th. He was in.
He might actually be able to play because Australia to West isn't that bad.
He's flying to America. He said. He's all in.
2K are paying.
No, he said he's gonna fund it himself. Fly to America. That's what he tweeted. Well,
that is a lot of money to spend.
How confident is he?
I don't know. And, you know...
Maybe he just wants a nice vacation, you know?
Yeah, the only person that I would say it's kind of understandable is Danny, because, like, his dad literally lives there, so...
Yeah. I mean, I guess you never know. Maybe he has family over here, or a system in place where it won't be too hard for him, but, I mean...
he clearly thinks he has a good shot. I don't know how tough he is. I haven't really watched him play.
I mean, I don't know much about those Australian servers.
Runs in with the NA guys, you know?
I don't. I will say this, Australia servers are weak.
Yeah, I've
heard.
It's
weak. It's weak.
Yeah.
I have an Australian friend, shout out Montelli. He always talks about how bad the OCE servers are. So
yeah, like I've watched Killzoy play. And the fact that he can run a 2-3 zone and nobody can score on a 2-3 zone in them servers is kind of sums it up.
Yeah, I mean, they're very confident though. Like, I saw there was somebody, I'm pretty sure he added all three of us in a tweet the other day, was like some Australian dude. He was like 33-1 and unlimited, and he added like all of us and said like, I want the smoke with Ty Debo, tell him to wager me. Like, dude, I'm sorry. There's a big difference between going 33-1 and unlimited on the Australian servers, especially, and being ready to wager Ty. Like, don't fall into this trap, man.
You remember that argument that I had, Dale? Were you in the chat when I had the big argument with Larry in the EU chat? And he was basically saying that, like, oh, he's confident the EU guys are going to make the semis. I'm like, we have no chance.
Oh, yeah.
It's me literally in the chat. Like, he's basically talking about how the EU guys are all, like, have a really good chance to win. I'm like, dude, first of all, we're playing on delay. Second of all, even if we're not on delay, none of us have a chance.
Yeah. It's tricky. I feel like they should just do separate tournaments for each server.
Yes,
makes sense.
That costs money. We know why they don't
have the money.
Yeah.
They just don't want to spend the money. Again, they would make more, like...
You would think they'd maybe be able to pull it together, because they have, like, the 2K EU and stuff.
Yeah, but they don't... Yeah. This is my whole point, is this... They don't care about the tournament. They never have cared about the tournament. The tournament is there so people open more packs.
Yeah.
And it's a reason why they don't pay every qualifier and they just pay the winner, because it looks better saying they pay out 100 or 200,000 than if they paid 250,000 amongst everybody.
As
Like,
much as
the
I'd
bigger-
like for people to each qualifier to get paid, if they start paying each individual qualifier, say even $1,000, $5,000, the boosting is gonna be unreal if they pay just anyone who qualified. I promise you, we wouldn't recognize a name up there if they paid every qualifier.
This whole debacle just left a sour taste in my mouth, though. Like, I don't even want to watch it anymore.
How many?
It's just a joke. Like, it's
How many people
like,
do you think?
Like, what about Kenny? Kenny literally qualified the first time, and then got disqualified after the second one.
You got retroactively disqualified.
How do they do that?
That even makes sense.
What?
Get your email, and then they come back and they're like, actually, you know what? You're gone.
Yeah, they were like, the first email, they were like, oh yeah, everything's good. Like, I will say it, like, does that mean the splash is gone for good? Because if they can retroactively disqualify a person, because if they did something in qualifier 2 to get disqualified in qualifier 1, does that mean that if you get disqualified in qualifier 1, you're automatically disqualified for all of them for the same reason? Like, if I'm Kenny and somebody that has previously been disqualified qualifies now and doesn't get kicked out, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Because they didn't get disqualified for something happened a different week, but he did.
Yeah.
And like
I don't know what's going on. I haven't been told. I haven't been given any insider info on what the reasons might be. Splash thinks he figured it out. I don't know if he actually did.
all I'm gonna say is
They're
if
buying Tyson and all sorts. So I
if
just don't know
RCA
anymore.
didn't get in, whatever the rule is very unexpected, because RCA is like most by the book type of dude that I know that like has ever qualified. Like he's like no money spent. He definitely doesn't buy Tyson. You know, he
was playing with Marcus Smart. Of course he wasn't buying MT.
yeah.
He played with Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
You bet your ass that was the most badged up Marcus Smart you've ever seen.
I'm pretty sure he has Hoff Interceptor
He had Hoff Interceptor on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like the whole thing was that like, and he made a great point. If he had a loss to the dude glitching against him that was running the invisible team, it would have been just, well, tough luck.
Yeah, that's very
but
true.
He gets disqualified and hasn't been told why. So he played against it. He played against a cheater and beat a cheater. But you know that might have disqualified him.
Playing
if you
against
play against someone who's
cheating,
if you play against a cheater, you can get disqualified. Because if there's nothing, like, have you read the rules?
No,
they were like participating in or benefiting from. So like, it literally, if you match up with someone on your friends list, they were set. That's what I've heard is that like, if you match up with someone on your friends list and they know who you are, like, you're disqualified. If you match up with anyone who recognizes your name, you're technically disqualified.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing way too much with this tournament. People put in way too much time to get ready for this, like making people like Splash try and qualify for a third time and then have him wonder, even if he does go and qualify again, will they let him in? Like, that's just
I don't think
not right. They need to give people a reason. That's honestly all I can ask for at this point.
They don't have to. They can just send. Basically, they gave a reason of we can. The part of the rules that they gave everyone is we can disqualify. Essentially, is we can disqualify anyone for any reason, and it's at our discretion.
Yeah, and
need someone with mad bread to just lawyer up, just to make them lose money anyway.
The problem is it's free to entry. It's like what's your you gotta prove damage or like property loss, and like since you're going in with $0, there's nothing there to prove.
You don't need someone to lawyer up. You just need someone to create another. Do what they did with Pro-Am.
Yeah, with like the WR League and stuff.
Get a company to fund a tournament. Get them to fund a venue. Put up 10 grand cash prize for everybody. Don't even pay the people to fly out. Say if you want to, it's open invitation. You pay the entry fee. You fly out to this place. Run your whole stream and everything. Get someone to put up as a sponsor money. Like, I'd gladly fly over to run one of those tournaments. Run it on my Twitch channel and give them all the money. Use them for advertising. I'd gladly go and do that.
Boys, DBG
it's just fun.
Will double our money in the next 2 years.
But like, it is a smart investment. I could guarantee you that if somebody set up that tournament in and around 250 time where you flew out let's say 16 players. I think a pay in, it had to be at least some competitive players, some known players. 16 players, fly out to a venue, play in a tournament, 10 grand prize pool, and have their logo planted everywhere there, run the stream, I could guarantee you that we could have a 10, 15 hour stream and average 10,000 viewers. 5 to 10,000 viewers.
Yeah.
And that is worth it for all of those companies.
Shut that down if they wanted to, or no?
Could 2K? They could, but why the hell would they?
They're petty.
They're not that petty. They're petty. They're not that petty.
People have done stuff like that with Park, right? People have done like Park.
They've in Pro-Am, like they've tried. Like they tried to stop the watch parties last year. Like they were petty enough to try to stop the watch parties. They couldn't, but they couldn't succeed though. Like they were going to make sure as hell that we were watching the 2K stream, but they're not gonna shut us down. Like
it wasn't for locker codes, they'd even have less. Every time you go in the stream, it's just people spamming locker codes, question marks, or spamming DBG. One of the two. That
was bad. I remember Dirk messaged me and he was like, "What are you saying on your stream?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm not saying anything." I was like, I want this to stop as much as you guys want this to stop. Just spamming DBG in that chat. That was an annoying situation because like I can guarantee you, I'm like, the only thing I was really happy with was because I looked in the chat, like typed in the @names. I was like, Sam was in the chat and Stouffer was in the chat. So I was like, look, the devs are in the chat. They know I'm not the one. I'm not the one encouraging this.
Yeah.
They just completely took over 2K's chat, and rightfully so though. Rightfully so. Like 2K did whatever the hell they could to not make it about Ty and Splash.
I still can't believe they made them wait, like, what was it? It was so weird. It was like 40 minutes between...
40 minutes between game 1 and 2.
But then it was like 5 minutes between game 2 and 3. Like, there's just no consistency there.
When everyone went into the stream spamming locker code and all that stuff, imagine 2K just held the locker code ransom like as someone else. Not naming names.
Rolling a blunt. Rolling a blunt.
Yeah.
2K. I'm just here. You're all here for me. I'm spamming these ads. Why
am I giving them ideas? They'll do that now for the next one.
That stream will forever be that will never be forgotten by anyone who was in that stream.
I mean, it's immortalized on YouTube. So.
I'm sorry, but like, that is funny. I don't care. People are still pissed about that situation. That was hilarious. Like, obviously, we were all kind of annoyed at the time, but that was the funniest situation. Like, and I'll say, like, I'm friends with Ambish, and I've said this to Ambish. I don't agree with one thing he did that day, but it's like, the punishment didn't fit the crime.
I don't particularly blame him, though, to be honest.
No, I don't. Like, nothing he said has not been said a million times before. It's how he said it. Like, the 2K community is toxic. Like, we've all said it. I said it just there, and I stand by that statement. But it was just how he said it.
I mean, it was just Jeremy Lin. Like, I don't understand why people were that worked up about a Jeremy Lin. Like, it was too late in the year to be worried about a 6'3" Jeremy Lin. Like, come on.
There was no one that was going to use him.
I still think that is one of the... I'm trying to think the most iconic 2K streams ever. Of MyTEAM streams. Well, not ever. Of recent memory. I know there's a lot of like...
That one, when Splash and Los teamed up, those were pretty iconic.
Yeah.
That carried the back end of 2K21.
I wish Los had played. I wish Los had played now because I think that the things that he doesn't like about the way MyTEAM is, like cards being overpowered, things like that. Like that's not the problem right now. And I remember saying last year, like, why is Kareem shooting threes and stuff like that? I guess it's already getting close. We have a 3-point shooting Dikembe in September.
I views I consider them iconic, but the 2K20 deep hash versus
I was about to say that.
Taking no skill. Those were pretty iconic.
Deep hash versus
just rant streams going up every 2 minutes.
Splash and Die just going at each other the whole time.
Yeah, that was iconic. Is there anything else? All the Verjack streams and
team up the Team Ty versus Team Splash team up when it ended up in the Ty versus Splash game and they just went berserk at each other.
I don't know if I actually caught that stream.
The fact is that I was on the team that won in that stream, which is hilarious. Like, that was how good Splash was. Is that Splash carried me. It was like TJ, Isaac and stuff, and then me.
Just sit in the corner, you're fine.
Yeah, I didn't miss for 2 games.
Hog some lanes.
If Splash would say, don't move a muscle. Don't move a muscle.
Hey, what else was iconic? Beard stream has to be.
Yeah, your and Ty's wagers always were. Yours, Ty's wagers always hit. That's for sure.
The last one didn't really. Oh no, the Cam Reddish one. Jesus Christ, that was actually. I was about to say that was.
Yeah, I think that was the last one.
That was an experience. Yeah, that was an experience.
That one was iconic for more reasons than the wager.
The chat. Oh my god.
Best was that, like, I didn't even see any of that. Like, people are like, "Oh, the chat was so bad." I was getting messages about the chat, and I'm like, "I'm not even looking at this chat right now. I don't even care." After about one point, I was like, "I'm not reading chat anymore."
Yeah, I would have closed that chat box so fast.
Oh my god, that was like, there are times where it was like because I reckon if I was reading the chat, it would have affected me. But like hearing it all like retroactively, like afterwards, I just found it so funny. Like everyone,
there's another iconic stream I can think of, but
I'm thinking of two more that are somewhat iconic at least. I thought it
was RCA Kobe Early. I said RCA RJ Watts Kobe Early.
Oh, did he just make a gameplay, or he streamed too after that?
He did it on stream.
He did it on stream.
He played him on stream first.
I think two ones that I'm thinking of one was I just thought it was so cool how MJ streamed 250 last year, just like a normal day in the office for him, with just like music playing, normal stream, like nothing different. Like, you know, like none of these other guys at 250 like streamed their perspective. If they did, they were in Discord sharing it to someone else to watch party it. Like MJ's had music going, wasn't muted, face cam on, just chilling, playing 250. That was pretty cool. And then another one,
he did all right. Like
he just lost a splash. He just lost a splash.
Yeah.
You know, he would have, if it wasn't for splash, he would have been in the finals. But and then another one too is that Aiden Ross D Rose. How much did he spend? A crazy amount.
I wasn't even around for that.
No, this was just like this was like what?
I didn't like this.
Yeah,
that was like week 1. That was when D Rose came out Diamond. There is a lot of there's been a lot of big streams like Flight versus Cash's wager in 2K20. But like again, that's not too many actual MyTEAM viewers watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flight just gets numbers.
Yeah. Then Cash obviously is Cash as well.
I know watching Tay make Flight break his controller was pretty iconic for like my
that's not, Flight breaks his controller every time he boots up MyTEAM. There's nothing new there.
Gamba Joe almost losing the Flight was hilarious.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. I could not handle. I don't care how drunk Joe was. I could not handle it if he would have lost.
Lived that down.
You were lost on stream. I was watching you, Jacob, and all I could hear, your whole chat was just Joe's playing Flight. Joe's playing Flight.
I would have to stop what I was doing. Like I had to all right, guys. I think I just quit out of my unlimited game. Like we're watching Joe and Flight now.
But like Joe, Flight's team was so bad. He had like Pink Diamond Shaq. He was like playing bully ball with Shaq.
I mean, Joe had Smush Parker on the floor, and I mean, I guess for Joe, Smush Parker was a valid option for the point in time. That's a pretty Joe card, but I don't know.
But yeah,
I'd love to match up with someone like him, just once.
That was so funny. I'm trying to think of any big ones. Any other big ones? Because there wasn't really. Obviously, there was the 250 streams, the watch parties, our watch party, Isaac's watch parties. They were obviously huge streams.
Wait, can we count Splash qualifying while singing High School Musical as iconic?
Yes, that is up there.
That was pretty iconic.
Yes, that is
the unbeatable Jacob drunk stream to 3 viewers is the most iconic thing I've ever seen. No one was around for that.
That was bad.
What year was that, Jacob?
Clips of
it was on my 20. Must have been my 24th birthday. Yeah. So like very end of
back when Jacob was still pulling 3 viewers, like
very end of 20.
When?
Greatest hour I've ever had.
When did you start pulling in decent viewers, Jacob? Because like I remember, I didn't know who you were, and then you tweeted me that you went 68-1, and the only reason I knew you is because I responded with just beatable Jacob.
Beatable Jacob. It's like this time last year.
That and I don't know if he'll give the same answer as I would, but
I mean, it was pretty much this time last year. I went from like, in the month of December, I went from like an average of 20 in November to like 45 in December, and then January was like 70. So it was like pretty much right around this time last year.
I would say the jump, like the big jump when he started pulling in like pretty good numbers for a 2K streamer was after the Inside the Minds of Ty and Splash.
Yeah, that definitely is what like.
That's when it like jumped up.
Yeah.
Those videos were good.
Yeah, definitely. I missed when I had that type of motivation.
I'd say they took a lot more effort than they were worth, though.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, I definitely don't regret doing them. I think that like, I mean, not to be egotistical, but I think it was definitely some of the better work out of like creators my size. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's some of the
best work in 2K. Like, I'm gonna be the first to admit it. Like, my videos are not good, and like, there's not that much.
It's like tactical that way. But, like, your documentaries are probably the best MyTEAM videos there are.
That is true.
Yeah. If you really need to walk in and make a quality video, you can.
You could say you like creativity or whatever if you wanted to, but for whatever like content you think is just made, you make up for at the end of the year with just the documentary. It gives you a pass for everything else.
Yeah, it's the one video that I care about. It is the one video that I care about every year. The most effort I've ever put into
eating popcorn and everything when that thing launches.
It's like a movie to watch for me.
I'm trying to think. The most effort I put into a video outside of a documentary this year, or in the last 2 years, was the fucking blindfolded video, and it's my only video in like 4 years to have less than 4,000 views.
I'm surprised.
It's my least viewed video since 2018.
It seems like a type of video that would like catch the algorithm. Honestly, that looks like something that would show up in my recommended. Honestly,
it's clickbaity.
Yeah,
I've given up. No, as in I upload too much to get catch the algo.
Yeah,
I've learned that. Like, I upload way too much for a video to catch the algo.
The documentaries catch the algo though, don't they? It's probably because the insane retention time on them. Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, they were retention time of like 35 minutes.
This is a little off topic, but did anyone see Ludwig made like a secret YouTube just to see if he could get mad views?
Yeah, but like he did it. He got mad views very easily. He paid Mizkif to watch a video.
He pissed him off, but now he's leaked the sauce to everyone.
That's just, I mean, what's the point? That defeats the purpose of trying to make an undercover YouTube channel. Like,
yeah, that's what I didn't get about it. Now everyone, he was probably working in collab with Mizkif, and now Mizkif's just getting like $50 donos to watch people's bad content.
Yeah.
100 IQ right there, boys.
Man, you know what I find hilarious is some of those streams. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them, but people who are like on the music side, like music reviews type of thing on YouTube, and they'll stream and charge people like $100 for them to like listen to their song on stream, to pay like $100 and like, you know, they'll listen to your one song. I'm like, that's just not a good ROI for any sort of musician to do. Like,
pretty sure there's an individual that I don't want to name that paid a bunch of them. We all know him.
Yeah, I mean, I can hazard a good guess. Yeah. I reckon.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely had a long conversation with this person, Dale.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. It'd be a pretty easy stream. Kick back, make a couple $1,000s to listen to some tunes for a few hours. Like, sign me up, but you know,
you're big enough. You can do whatever you want.
I'm playing against the team in limited right now. His name is Hasbulas.
What is it?
Love Hasbullah.
Hasbulas, or as yeah. Do you know him, Jacob?
No.
You definitely know Hasbullah.
You definitely know
Hasbullah.
Russian
is. Kid, the little Russian MMA kid.
Is he a kid or a grown man?
Hasbullah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
little kid. He's like 2.
That was a grown man.
What?
the only person that thought Hasbulla was a grown man. That he was just a grown man who just had some sort of growth effect.
Oh, yeah, no, this kid? Yeah, okay, I didn't know that was his name. Yeah.
Is he a grown man? There's no way. Oh shit!
Someone said he's 30 in the chat.
18. What the? I did not know that.
I thought he was just like
he must have that the disease where like you never age or something. I actually didn't know that. That's mental.
That's wild. I see his picture all the time in like memes and stuff.
Yeah, he's
learn something new every day. He's got
Hasbulla as his center court. Sorry, I'm sharing this. I'm replacing my screen with this guy's court. I'm replacing my screen with this guy's court, lads. Give me 2 seconds.
A guy I know on Twitch.
Look at this guy's
his background.
Look at this guy's court, Hasbulla Arena.
This is the best custom court I've seen in a minute. He's even got the nice little piece on the side too.
Go make that. I think I was gonna go make that, except it's gonna be Cade's face on the center logo.
I'm not doing custom courts this year. The city courts are too fire to change. Happy they put those in the game.
But they were in the game last year. You just couldn't they weren't like actual cards. Remember, if you wore your city jersey. Yeah. Oh no, that didn't even work for my team because your city jerseys you could only use as away. There you go. Worked in my career though. If you wore your city jersey at home,
you get it. Yeah.
Be the city court.
So what'd you guys think of the content this week? I think DBG was saying he thought it was a pretty terrible drop again after Max.
Pretty mid.
Like when the only cards, this is my opinion. When the only good cards are the best 2 cards, it's an ass drop.
I can see why.
Right, well,
for somebody like me, I always am going to pay more attention to the high tier cards. But in the past 2 weeks, our headliners have been Jimmy Butler, Dr. J, Tim Duncan, and Ray Allen. And none of those 4 are ever going to get me going. You know, I bought Jimmy. I'll stick him in the lineup. He'll play some defense. But we're due for a LeBron, Kobe type of drop soon. Magic, something.
Yeah, LeBron, Kobe, Magic, Kawhi Leonard this season for the last 4 weeks. I think you see all 4 of them.
The thing that frustrates me is that the card art for the past 2 weeks have been so good, but the cards just are so forgettable. They're wasting really good card art. I'm not crazy
about this card art.
I wasn't either until I saw it animated in game. The standstill by itself, I'm like, but the animated snow on the cards is cool.
Yeah.
I really liked the maxed out card art. I thought that's some of the best I've ever seen, but the cards just sucked.
99 pass perception. Come on.
That was the funniest.
If they run that promo back though, it could be fun.
Splash didn't even know what it was. Splash was like 99 piss per. What the hell is that? Oh, pass perception. Didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, I wasn't too crazy
while we're on the topic, who's our guest for lock-ins? The 75th, because there's going to be 5 of them.
They're fan voted, right?
Kareem is 100% going to be a 70s because they gave Kareem Abdul-Jabbar an amethyst card from the Lakers instead of a Milwaukee Bucks card for his 75th. So it's going to be rigged to make Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the reward.
I don't even think they'd have to rig it. People will just vote for Kareem regardless. So
yeah.
Isn't it mad that the best players of the generations would be lock-ins, but considering the 2010s and the 2000s would be pack sellers, it doesn't make sense. I think Shaq maybe for the 2000s.
No, I think they're gonna be lock in the set and lock-ins. As in, I think we're gonna see, say, Giannis being in the vote for a lock-in for 2010s.
I agree. I think that because they couldn't fan vote it any other way. You know what I mean? Yeah. They can't just that's the only way it would make sense to fan vote it is after they have dropped everybody. Because if not, they have to do the fan vote before they start releasing cards. You know, they would have already had to have done it by now. So,
I
can guarantee you. Do you reckon it's gonna be rigged?
I don't even think it'll have to be rigged. I think that 2K is gonna get their way just based off of popularity, regardless. I'm sure MJ will be 90s. I'm sure LeBron will be 2000s or 2010s, whichever one he's in. I'm sure Kareem will be the 70s.
The only problem is LeBron, Kobe, Giannis. 2 of those 3 It's gonna be 2 of those 3, but no one will know which of those 2 it's gonna be. Or T-Mac. I want to say T-Mac wasn't 75. Thank God. Thank God. Wildcard. Was Terry Dishinger in the 75?
No, I don't think so. No, he wasn't.
Everyone would be voting for him, though. Good Lord.
The dentist. I still take credit for the fact that I gave him a nickname that 2K put in the game.
Yeah.
Like, his nickname is by no means the dentist. Like, that is not his nickname.
It is now.
Someone ever
it is. According to 2K, it is. They literally added it into the game that if you put nicknames in your jerseys, it would say the dentist on his jersey.
If you type in the dentist NBA on Google, the first thing that pops up is Terry's. He has a whole section on his Wikipedia page dedicated to his card from last year.
Does he?
Yeah, a whole section on his Wikipedia page.
Oh, pull it up. Let
me see if I can. I think I still
pull it up on screen.
Window capture.
You remember the edited picture? I was
yeah,
Terry Dishinger is an NBA player best known for never showing up in the vault. Someone photoshopped that picture.
Terry Dishinger has a card on 2K21, which some refer to as the best card in the game at the time. The card was earned through a game mode called Triple Threat Offline. He was a pink diamond, 96 overall. It's not like he has a long Wikipedia page either. Like, it's a pretty...
There's an entire section of his... Did you hear? Someone made Wikipedia pages for me and Ty, and they got shut down. They spent like hours making ones for like me and Ty, and they both got shut down.
Why?
Because apparently it was self-promo.
About that 2K section is it's right above all his honors. For like, you know,
they should have just put the honor. They should have just put it in the honor section.
Best pink diamond card.
That's hilarious. You gotta find a card that's gonna be that iconic this year. There'll be one eventually.
I'm curious to see when they start putting like, because by this time last year, it's not like we weren't seeing cards with quote unquote best SIGs.
No, we weren't. They only started changing people's SIGs in season 4. The first player who had their SIGs changed was Antoine Jameson.
Yeah, I guess there was cards that were just base cards as is that already had quote unquote the best SIGs, because like they were giving cards the Curry slide at this point last year, but we haven't seen a Curry sliding card yet this year. Like, I'm curious to see what date we'll get the card that has quick dribble style with D-Rose SIG size up and then the Curry escape. Like the SIGs that you want.
Like D-Rose matters anymore.
D-Rose doesn't matter.
I think it matters. I think it does. Just getting a downhill burst from it's still quicker than any other size up. Like,
I was watching Ty's tier list and he put D-Rose in like a higher tier, like in a fairly high tier. And did he put him in A tier or B tier? But he put him with like ahead of Alex Caruso at one stage.
I mean, he does one thing. If you want to be able to burst and then run at the hoop and dunk on somebody, he's going to do that better than any other card that's out right now. If you want a slashing point guard that can burst faster than anybody going downhill and dunk on someone, he'll do that better than anybody.
Better than Francis?
Francis is not that good at that.
I think so. Yeah, that D-Rose 6 size up, even post-patch, it's still like much better than the next option. Especially because like it's just like people can still burst downhill. So with a card like D-Rose, especially with that 77 3-ball, like you weren't really using D-Rose 6 size up to 300 with him anyways because he couldn't shoot that well. So
like the D-Rose 6 size up doesn't matter that much. Is that not just essentially the quick shifty burst because the side to side can't really do it anymore?
It's just it is technically that, but it's the animation is just quicker.
It's faster. It's like something like 10 frames faster than the next fastest SIG size up according to 2K Labs. It's like 10 frames faster. So
that's like you can get the quick and shifty burst off so many.
Get off any animation, but
it's just that D-Rose is infinitely quicker than the rest of them.
It's actually scary how much 10 frames is. Like, people don't realize that, like, oh, there's 60 frames in a second. When you're playing the game, 10 frames is so much. Like, a sixth of a second is so much time.
Yeah, for one animation like that, it really is. Like, it definitely
that's
is.
the thing. That's the thing, like, you don't understand.
That's the good thing about F1. It really helps you visualize how, like, a small time frame is actually quite large. Like when a car is like 2 seconds up the road and it seems like fucking miles in F1.
But like, what you call it is a green window. The green window is like 2 frames, and it's a high green window. It's like 2 or 3 frames.
Yeah,
a pure green window used to be like 10 milliseconds, which is nothing. It's small enough that realistically nobody could ever hit that consistently.
But people wear.
Not the pure green
hitting.
window. I mean, no one's been good enough to never shoot a full bar, you know?
Yeah.
Even Splash shoots loads of full bars. MJ shoots loads of full bars. Because, like, the pure green window last year would be, like, 10 seconds, and the full green window would be, like, 60 milliseconds. So you can consistently hit in a 60 millisecond green window all day if you're really good with one player or a jump shot. But 10 milliseconds, there's not enough wiggle room there to consistently hit that.
I forgot to tweet out about the podcast. I was like, viewers are a little bit low right now. I was like, I forgot to tweet. Tweet out about it. Okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, I didn't. The green window's a weird thing. I'd like a pure green window though.
I feel like
it's there on some jump shots this year, I believe.
Any good ones?
I have no idea.
I could look at it on little 2K Labs.
Jacob can find it because it's on 2K Labs somewhere.
They're a little bit bigger, but the thing about it is like we see less full bars go in now at a higher rate than they ever have. So honestly, that's one thing I will applaud the game for this year is at least you don't shoot as many full bars, I guess. It's one good thing I'll say.
That's that one time you do. In a game-winning situation. It's happened to me in the park. It was the most annoying thing I've ever experienced. Granted, I stand by none of my fulls going in this year. I swear I missed everything with half sniper on, so it didn't even matter.
I stand by sniper doesn't do anything.
Didn't work for me.
Sniper was the best badge in the game for a while. I stand by when they nerf sniper, it doesn't do anything anymore. Yeah, I stand by it does nothing because I don't miss a white. People don't miss whites ever with Sean Marion. And he doesn't have sniper.
There's certain animations or certain jump shots that just don't miss their whites. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That Sean Marion. It's the same base as what's in Franz Wagner has it as well. And I've been just like you've seen the squads that I've been running with in in clutch time. Franz Wagner is like my clutch time goat. And he doesn't ever miss.
Yeah.
Green, white, or red. If it's a color on the Italy flag, it's going in.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't 2K Labs have a slightly percentage, or am I wrong?
Yeah, they do. I was looking at it right now. They don't post the pure green window anymore. I just checked it out on 2K21. You could see the pure green window, and they were all between 10 and 20 seconds.
Last year
but they just have the true green window size now, and like the actual highest green window is actually Bill Lambier.
Yeah, but like that's only usually batteries.
It's also the second slowest shot. Jeez,
what's the slowest?
It's Duckworth, and Duckworth is even 50 milliseconds slower than Lambier. Like that's
so funny.
That's almost a full second jump shot.
Duckworth is the funniest jumper I've ever seen. It's almost as bad as. Did they have free throw timing?
No free.
Have you ever shot a free throw at Jamal Wilkes?
No, it can't be any slower than Malone, right? Karl Malone's free throws.
No, it's the funniest release ever. Like this is, I'm not even joking. This is Jamal Wilkes' free throw.
He always spins it all around like that.
He spins it all around and then brings it around his head and flings it. I'm not even joking.
Oh
that is
yeah,
free throw.
I remember that one.
I can't remember. I was doing an episode. I can't remember what it was, and I used Jamal Wilkes, and I could not stop laughing shooting a free throw at him.
I swear I edited that video.
The Shangoon. What does Shangoon do? He rubs his face. Or what does he do before his free throws?
Yeah, he like rubs the ball across his face like this, like boom,
yeah.
Boom, boom. I remember like the Lakers announcers were like roasting him for it. Like I forget what they were even saying.
Does he do it in game?
Yeah. Or in 2K, I'm not sure. I bet you with the way 2K is, you probably don't even have a player model or any significant animations yet. I know they had that one dude, what was his name? Desmond Bain or something? They gave the dude a Sapphire card, and he's literally, his player model is like the 99 generic Joe Smith that they used to fill out the classic team rosters they don't have enough players for.
No, that was Bones Highland. They made him white.
Bones Highland, that's who it was.
Bones Highland, they made him a bald white guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the old 2K games? There's a video on my channel, it's like NBA 2K18 MyTEAM, but it's on the PS3. Quinn Cook is a bald white guy. Jake Lehman's bald.
Yeah.
There are so many just random. Jokic is a bronze 91 overall. Like, there's just ridiculous stuff.
What year
but there
was
are
that?
so many 2K18. There are so many NBA players that are just randomly just bald white guys. Does not matter. Like, does not matter what skin tone, what their actual skin tone was. Or Sheldon Mack was a bald white guy as well. Like, it does not matter who they were. If they weren't a known name, they were a bald white guy.
That's unreal, because you could hire somebody to like just kind of go fake make like the face scans on those games are terrible anyways. You could just have somebody go into the creative player and make a little player that looks somewhat close, you know, get the right hair and skin tone and kind of leave it at that. Someone could do that in a day. Like, they really could have.
Jacob, we've discovered like that costs money. I'm shocked the 2K have a dev team for current gen. Like, I don't.
When do you think it's going to be just in shambles? It's got to happen eventually.
I feel like you kind of have to right now, just because.
Yeah,
scarcity.
Not enough
no one can really get a console. Still,
it's been over a year. This is like, do you remember the Wii? How hard it used to be to get a Wii?
Yes. Yeah.
That might have been a European thing, because it wasn't hard here to get a Wii that I remember. I don't think it was too hard to get a Wii.
Is it not? Consoles always sell out though.
The Wii in like 2008, like 2 years after the Wii was released, you couldn't get a Wii in Ireland.
Huh. I never had a struggle with that. I remember I had one and a lot of my friends had one, and we
it's
didn't
a weird
live
thing.
anywhere.
I mean,
there was a shortage though. You're not wrong.
I mean, you were able to get one, but it was when, not if.
That console was so mid anyway. Like, I don't know why it was selling.
It was the gimmick was so fun for a short period of time though. I thought
Wii Sports was fun. I thought Wii Sports was the highlight of that console. I still think Wii Sports is a really, really fun game. If I had a Wii in my apartment, I guarantee you I'd play Wii Sports once a month. It's a fun game to play with friends.
You can play Wii on your... Jacob, you can play Wii. Get a USB Wii thing and you can play it. And a Wiimote and you can play it on your PC.
Really? Just with an emulator?
Yeah, I was playing Wii games on emulator.
Out of Jacob soon.
I had NBA Live 09 for Wii.
It's gonna be done better soon, but just because of VR, like
VR is so cool. Have you guys done VR before?
I have done VR so many times.
It's so cool.
The greatest thing.
Yeah.
I've ever
Not
done.
good VR. Like I did VR. Like remember the VR stuff in like the mid 2000s? It used to be in arcades. Or like the early 2000s, it was just awful.
Oh yeah. No, you do real VR with like the HTC Vive. It is ridiculous.
You know what's good VR when you're about 20 minutes in and you start getting motion sickness. That's when you know it's some good VR.
When I did racing in VR, like car racing, I was sick after like 2 minutes.
My friend had the VR system. He has it set up in his like gaming room, and he has like a really good, what is it, Oculus or whatever. And I played this game, and it was just like a silly indie game for VR. But the whole game was you literally just walked to the top of a skyscraper and jumped, and that will literally like trick your body into think you're actually falling off a skyscraper to the point where you like panic. It was wild.
You know 2K have a VR game. I mean,
yeah.
I played it too. It's terrible. It's like there's like a 3-point shootout.
Troydan made a video on it, didn't he? That's his. Is that like his most viewed videos playing 2K VR?
It's not good. I played it too. It's not good. It's just like a 3-point shootout and something else. It's nothing.
Is that the one where Is that the one where you like essentially have to shoot? You can shoot the ball and you have to move your head.
10 years, 15 years down the line, if VR really was the future of gaming, and you're playing 2K with like full mocap, you have to do everything yourself. No controllers involved. You're getting bumpy on defense. You're swinging out of the lanes, you know.
Things would get broken. Things would be broken if I played 2K VR, like an actual 2K game.
That would be hilarious. It would be hilarious, though.
Is there any content creators that like Like, do people do VR on Twitch and stuff? Like, is that like I know obviously somebody does
I
it, but I
mean,
just don't know
Beat
if there's
Saber
Yeah.
is like really popular. That's probably the most popular VR game I know of. That's like Guitar Hero, but in VR, sort of. I guess.
What was the VR game that everyone played for a while? It spawned the "Do you know the way" meme. What was that game called? Do you remember that? The Ugandan Knuckles. The "Do you know the way"?
Yeah, I remember the meme. I don't know what game it was
What was
though.
that VR game?
I'm not sure. I didn't even know where that came from.
VR
Honestly.
chat.
VR chat, was it?
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
the only VR game that I knew of. Because I was like, I knew there was one game where everyone was playing it, and it was where the Ugandan Knuckles thing.
Yeah. VR chat.
You know what,
Wasn't that kind of like, wasn't there a game like Comedy Club that was kind of the same thing or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Comedy
I
Club
played
where
that too. That was so stupid. I played that on VR too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's mad. Like, people, that was 3 years ago. Like, "Do you know the way" was 3 years ago. We're getting old.
Yeah, that was like by the end of my college.
Time's been going by too fast these past few years. It's getting scary for me.
Yeah.
I'm 28 next month. It's getting bad.
Like, I was talking to Ty, and Ty's obviously 21 going 22. And I was just joking, and I was like, I was 20 when I started doing this full time. Like, the ages will catch up. You'll be 25 before you know it, Ty.
Yeah. I mean, I started streaming right before I turned 24, so I was 23 when I started. And, like, it doesn't seem like I've been streaming for that long, but I'm 25 now.
No,
What age do I become old head status in the community? Am I already there?
You're there. You're fully there.
Sad, bro.
Are we old heads yet, Jacob?
Yeah. I mean, in the Twitch 2K world, yeah, we are. I mean,
There's
I think
not
the cutoff.
that many young streamers.
I think the cutoff is like 24. I'd say once you're over 25, I think that's old head status in 2K.
I don't even think like an old head though.
But are there many? No, I'm gonna say I'm the most old head. I'm the most old head of all of us here. Like, you guys are all on the dribbling. You guys are all on the young hip styles of playing. I'm all on the let me slow the game to a walking pace. Let's slow it down.
Actually, I'm pretty sure the real ascension into old head is the first time you run that RCA triple play screen. That's when you officially become a 2K old head.
Oh, I love RCA. I'm so annoyed. Like, I'm so disappointed. Like, I'm so disappointed we may not get to watch him in 250.
Man,
I'm so upset for RCA.
Unless he's DQ'd for good, I don't know.
But it's hard to qualify. It's hard to qualify. Like, you can get unlucky with Jin. You can get unlucky.
Yeah, I'm
the FIA.
Much more upset about that situation than I'm leading on, because if we did this podcast, or if that happened the day before the podcast, we probably would have talked about it for like an hour, because that's just so unreal. Like, you're talking about disqualifying dudes who are I was super excited to watch play in 250. I was super excited to watch RCA, super excited to watch Splash. I was excited to watch Kenny Zeus. He's a 2K League prospect. You know, there's all these dudes, you know, ISO Dill, like a lot of these people who I really wanted to see in the tournament. And like, respectfully to some of the people who got in, I obviously would rather watch my friends or people that I consider.
Dill was 10th though, wasn't he?
He still got a DQ email. A dude in 12 qualified, so
he was literally 10th. Like, oh, they DQ more people than they let in. That's the funny thing. Like, the Xbox side will be fine because it's Carlo and Ty. Like it's still gonna be a fun stream. But like, last year was such a fun stream because we kind of knew most of the people.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
like, we knew.
It'll be a hard pre-250K show, and I don't know a damn person in it.
Like, I'm gonna it's gonna be the hardest thing ever. I don't know who any of these people are. I'm gonna be having to hunt down these people. Like, last year, I only had to hunt down Cold Winter. Like, I couldn't get anything about Honest because Honest had his DMs turned off. But I had to hunt Cold Winter. That took a week to find him. Right? I'm gonna hunt
Breezy didn't get DQ, did he?
No, Breezy's in. Authentic Breed is in. There's a few people that I know and stuff.
I know.
Yeah. The thing is, though, if they would have just let the top 4 in each qualifier qualify, I'd probably know almost every player in it.
Was in as well.
Yep, was in. There's a good
fit. I guess I'm just going to load up the next qualifier and just finish like 30th. I guess I still have a good chance of getting in anyway.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do because there's just it feels so like helpless, and I'm not even the one who got DQ'd.
No,
I feel bad for the people that I'm cool with that did.
the worst part is that like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, everybody got screwed." Like I know for a fact, at least I know one specific person like who did tweet out, "Oh, I got DQ for beating bots," and I was like, "We knew before that they were boosting. Like we knew that they were going to be kicked out."
Yeah, I mean,
like there were clearly people that boosted. The problem is that I'd say a lot of people didn't boost.
Yeah, I mean, I know RCA didn't boost. He has his whole
I thought that was
video.
that whole UK said you're better off not streaming was to avoid this debacle, but obviously there's some people who are gonna.
2K never said you're better off not streaming. They never said that. I will have to admit that.
One of those lines to Splash, he was like, "So I just shouldn't stream it then," and they were like, "Yep."
No, Splash. They wouldn't give Splash an answer. They wouldn't let Splash appeal. Last year they disqualified Splash, let him appeal that he wasn't zenning. He had to prove that he could green that many shots in a row, and they just let him. They let him in.
Transparency.
Like Splash got disqualified last year as well. But this year they've literally said this is final.
Yeah, that's what they told me when my account got banned too.
Like they're not letting anyone appeal anything this year. You can't appeal, and like it would be understandable, but like they should tell them what happened. Like, is there because it's not even beating people by 70 because Ty beat someone by 80.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's like
it's not that.
It's inconsistencies. They probably saw. It was literally a case, I'd say, of someone beating someone by 80, and then they were matched up in the same. They had the same, or what you call it, they were on a friends list with them, so it was automatically seen as boosting.
Yeah, so
probably something stupid like that.
I'm not even sure what would be the most ultra.
Like that. I don't know if they'd even have the information of your friends list.
But like, there's. It's such a weird one when it comes to boosting because like. You can legitimately beat someone by 90 points if they're a bot.
I've won games by 90 points.
It's not a guaranteed boosting. I've won.
Like,
I assume all three of us have won games by 90
you better
points.
start letting your opponent score. Like, I guess that's the best course of action.
Like, what are you meant to do? Like, if you get stalled, then it's we can't do anything about it. It's your problem. But if you actually beat somebody, then you're too good at the game. It's boosting.
Oh,
it's scary because none of them streamed. We don't know. It's actually now gotten to the stage where you're probably better off streaming than not streaming. Because now if you beat someone by 80 and it's not done live, because Carlo did beat someone by 70 as well, and Carlo did it live. So now it's flipped. Now it's you have to stream.
Yeah. And then you can sit there and say, if they do DQ you, what the heck did I do wrong? But the only thing I'll say now is like, if anybody's watching this, like, please don't put any stock in qualifying for 250. Like, don't go out of your way to be like, yeah, I'm going for 250. If you want to play, go crazy, but I just don't want to see anybody put in time, effort, and money just to get DQ'd and then not have an answer of why. Because there's a lot of dudes who got DQ'd, specifically, not anyone else of the people who did get DQ'd, but RCA is like most of a straight shooter you're going to find in this community. If he's getting DQ'd, don't put your time and effort and money into qualifying because it can happen to anybody and then you won't have a reason why. So,
yeah. Like,
the days of going for 250 are over.
With his actually, because the first one his power went out, so he couldn't even finish it. I don't think he even streamed the second one.
No, but he has every game he played on video.
He has every game recorded.
Yeah, it's all on
video. And they wouldn't let him appeal. They wouldn't even they couldn't even let him send in all the footage. Say, I didn't boost. Here is the footage, because there's no appeal system. Like, it's a disaster of a tournament that has been like. The worst part is that when 2K tweeted out the rules,
consistently a disaster.
I responded to a tweet being like, "This tournament is." I was like, I can't remember. They said something like the 250K is back, and I replied to the tweet being like, "Same broken qualifying system 4 years in a row I see." And every single comment was, "Stop complaining, cry more. You're just complaining for no reason." I'm like, no, it's the same broken qualifying system 4 years in a row. Like,
yeah.
I'm never going to qualify anyway, but like you just don't want to see it. Like, Splash qualifying, maybe it's not better for 2K because I think 2K are probably scared of Splash making the final again after last year's stream. Like, that last year's stream was not a good look for 2K. Splash versus Ty.
I mean, I think it's better look to have just more eyes on it in general than anything. Like, if they would have had two no names, like, they might as well not even run it.
It makes no odds because they don't care about the tournament. Like, the tournament is like they made more money in those limited packs on Black Friday than they're paying out to all the winners of this tournament. So the money's nothing. The problem is that like almost all their viewers have view-botted anyway. So the quote-unquote most viewed one ever was the very first 250k where it had 50,000 viewers. And of those 50,000 viewers, there was about 18 people in chat. It's like the 2K league.
Totally legit 50,000.
And then last year it was 15,000 and there was probably a legit 8,000 watching, I'd say. So it was almost all like actual people last year. But the difference is that like if you are just blindly looking at these streams, you would see that last year actually apparently had the least viewers, even though it had the most viewers. But because they view botted so significantly the first one to 50,000, the second one I think was like 20,000. Because they view botted so much and they didn't necessarily view bot as big last year. Last year, despite being the most viewed, looks like the least viewed to every outside person. So if you're 2K, you preferably want my stream, Isaac's stream, and Watch Party streams to get as little views as possible. Like that would be that's the ideal situation. And then just people only just watching. Ty versus the ideal situation for 2K is Ty versus a no-name. That's the ideal situation for 2K.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because it's such a big important part of like our community. But obviously, to 2K, it's just a little something they do for a little marketing, a little extra marketing on the side, but one day a year, whatever.
You can't blame them though.
No, it doesn't.
Like it's not their fault. Like I don't blame 2K at all because again, they put the money there. We keep giving them the money. They don't change anything. We keep giving them money. The same people every single year that complain give 2K more money to play in the same broken tournament every year. So like if you're 2K, why would you ever change anything?
Yeah, they don't really need to change anything for their perspective. If they want to change anything, it's only gonna be for the perspective of helping people actually participate in it, but they have not much to gain from that.
And for the people wondering with Splash, why I'm saying it's not, they probably don't want Splash. Splash went on a massive rant last year, the day before the final, about how bad 2K ran the whole tournament. He's also the most fined person in the history of the 2K league. So he's not like Splash.
That's a
Splash is not one to keep he's not one to keep his mouth shut. And if things will go wrong, it's not if things go wrong. If they're doing it remotely again this year, things will go badly wrong in the organization of it. And he's gonna go berserk on stream again. Like if Splash makes it, it's happening again.
Well, the thing is, though, it sounds like it was completely justified because even Ty said they sent him so much equipment that he couldn't even step around in his gaming room or whatever because they sent them so many boxes.
My favorite part about that whole ordeal was that they then had to pay to send it all back.
Yeah, they had to pay to send it back to 2K.
That's crazy. That is so bad.
Couldn't have sent it back. I promise I wouldn't have.
The crotch cam was hilarious, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
They literally turned it on. What was the point of sending them those cameras to turn them on for 2 minutes? Like
they turned them off for 2 minutes and everyone just started laughing, so they never turned them on again.
Yeah. I remember they tried to experiment with like some weird camera angle for a minute too, and like the whole chat like spammed, like turn it back. It wasn't like they went to broadcast, they went to like the swivel cam or something.
Yeah.
We never even got the proper cam back by the end. I think we were stuck with like Drive or something.
Yeah, we did get the proper cam. We got Splash's cam where Splash turned off all shot feedback. We had shot feedbacks. They went from Ty's perspective to Splash's perspective. But I actually think 2K, I will have to give them props. Outside of the 40-minute delay, and like all the stuff that Ty and them were told, like they were told an hour before the stream started they had to be ready to play. And then the game started an hour after the stream started. So they had to sit there for 2 hours, and then the game was 20 minutes, and then they were waiting for another 40 minutes, and then the next game is like, I would feel so bad. Like, how the hell are they meant to get their head into the game?
And they didn't even tell them. Like, they didn't say like, hey, 40 minutes, be back. They were like, yeah, stand by, be ready.
You can't leave. But they didn't. I was texting. I can't remember which of the two that I was talking to. It was one of the two. Actually, no. I think I threw in a group chat because I had a group chat with Splash and Ty to try to do something before the tournament. I think I messaged like, "When's your game starting?" And they go, "We don't know. They won't tell us." And this is like 5 minutes before the stream starts. Like, so is your game starting to start a stream? They were like, "We know it's not starting to start a stream, but we don't know when it's starting." And it was like an hour later.
That's just so crazy to me. Like,
Right,
they just don't care.
his shots out of the way.
But it was a good. I liked the fact they did that. It's just that they didn't tell the players when. Like, if they had said, because obviously if they said the game's starting in an hour, no one would have watched the start of the stream. But like, I wish they'd even just told the players. Like, if they told Ty and Splash, this is when your game 1 is, this is when your game 2 is, and this is if game 3 happens, this is when game 3 is, because we have all these things in between. It wouldn't have been as big a deal, but like, they just let them sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, we just probably have to assume, too, that 40-minute break after game 1 could have only helped Ty reset, you know? Like,
100%.
He wouldn't got that headband? Rattled. Are you kidding me? If they wouldn't have given enough time to get that headband, Splash probably 200k richer, man.
that was one of my favorite parts.
That was Burger King.
That was one of my favorite parts of the stream. Was like when we were just sitting there because they had like Donovan Mitchell and like Ronnie and stuff, and we didn't care about any of that, waiting for the game. And you were just there like, what are the Ty's probably gonna come out in a headband in game 2, isn't he? And then MJ's is like, why are you joking? Like, this game isn't a joke. There's no way Ty comes out. The camera goes back on. Ty's wearing the headband.
I just watched one too many Ty streams, man. I know when that man needs a headband.
He is the most superstitious person I have ever seen. Like, because he qualified, the very first time he ever qualified, he did a workout and got a smoothie in a certain place. Every time he plays a qualifier, he has to work out and get a smoothie in the same place and wear the same hoodie, because he has to wear the same hoodie he wore in his global championship final. Like, he is like, like, I'm superstitious. He is scarily superstitious.
Yeah, he's probably got a little horseshoe under his desk or something. Like, yeah.
Like, it couldn't have gone better last year. The whole situation for like everyone involved. As in, from the outside looking in, obviously.
This year happened.
Yeah. Like, in terms of people getting disqualified, like, there were people that got disqualified. 2 of the 3 known names that got disqualified went up by winning a game by 300 points after the buzzer. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there's something fishy here. And they got disqualified. And Skip got disqualified because he qualified 2 or 3 times. But, like, other than that, it was fairly smooth up until the Fly Guy Rise situation.
Yeah, and honestly, that was like fun drama almost. Like, it definitely threw a curveball at the end there for us to all talk about.
The Fly Guy Rise situation.
Go ahead.
I was about to say the Fly Guy Rise situation was ridiculous that it happened, because Ty made a video before 250k complaining about the tournaments, because remember, the emails only get sent out like 2 days before. No one knew who they were playing like until the day before. And Ty literally said it and was like, there are people buying and selling spots in this tournament, 2K. Just watch out for that. People are not going to be playing on their own account. There are people buying and selling spots, and 2K did not listen.
I love when Ty makes videos like that. I watched his video on the whole situation with Splash and RCA and all the other people there like a week ago, and he goes like, I'm not slandering 2K, but, and then proceeds to slander the whole qualifying system.
He's so careful now, because he's like, I say one wrong thing, they're gonna get rid of me now.
Yeah, honestly, they'll give him like Kenny Zeus shit.
They're popping everyone with quickness.
Sorry?
They're popping everyone with the quickness these days.
If I'm Ty, I don't play again. Like, if I'm Ty, I'm sitting there. I do not play again. So they might, like, just to make sure there's no chance that they...
Oh, yeah. No, and the seeding doesn't matter anyways. I don't know why
talking crap about 2K is a disqualifiable offense.
Yeah.
It is. Like, I've looked at the TOS. If you talk crap about 2K, you can be disqualified. Talking crap about 2K is a disqualifiable offense.
I was gonna walk in and start like...
The only winner in that case, who would even qualify if that was why they DQ people would be DFS.
DFS.
Run away. He'd get the 200k.
DFS versus Floki for the 250k.
DFS is the night. Like I've always said this, and I'm like, I don't understand why he doesn't hate me. Like, he is the most positive, the nicest person ever. And then he's like constantly, anytime he does something good, he's like, oh, thanks for all the help. I'm like, I haven't helped you at all. You're just way too nice.
Pure soul,
like,
man.
I just crap on the game. How the hell do you not hate me?
He's a pure soul, man. He's a pure soul.
He's too nice. He is the nicest. If you're watching this DFS, you are the single nicest person in the community, and you're the single most positive person in the community I've ever seen as well.
Yeah.
Which is no easy feat.
No. Like, that is the most impressive thing, being consistently positive. Like, I'll be positive when I feel like it's time to be positive. Like, I love playing clutch time. I like a lot of things about this game, but I also don't like a lot of things about this game. But how he stays positive the whole time is insane.
I can't do it.
Yeah, even if I loved a game, I think I'd still find things to complain about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I could ever say that everything's perfect in a video game. Maybe I'm just not a glass half kind of
definitely not in this day and age. No.
No.
You don't have to be perfect anymore. Anything can launch with 300 million bugs.
Like, clutch time was great, but even then I'm like, do I just say that we need more rewards? Because I feel like we do, but at the same time I'm just happy we got clutch time as a good game mode. So it's like a catch-22.
You only need more rewards because you lucked out like straight away.
I mean, that took me 5 hours to finish clutch time. Like, just,
Yeah.
That's pretty short.
I have fun playing clutch time, but again, like, I'm probably the only person that has fun in the specific way that I have fun playing clutch time. Like, my team right now is Eric Snow, Kevin Herter, Franz Wagner, Sapphire Robert Ory, and Ruby Mitchell Robinson, and I'm on a 10-game win streak.
That's not even that troll, all things considered.
If you're looking for something fun to do,
Robert Horry's a bit of a weird choice. But
try and win a game with the 2021-22 Warriors. Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, and then use that gold Kevin Looney. I think that it's physically impossible to win a game of clutch time with gold Kevin Looney on the court. I tried 3 times. I couldn't do it.
All I'm gonna say is that Dale, you have seen the team that I have ran with and won. I ran with
Jesus, the one with
Emerald
the
Mike Conley
and everything. That was a
gold
horrible team.
Flip Murray, 71 overall. My highest 3-point shooter outside of Conley was 60. Emerald Mike Conley, gold Flip Murray, gold Sam Mitchell, Ruby Charles Oakley, and gold Karl Anthony Towns. And gold Karl Anthony Towns didn't miss for the whole game and won with a jump shot.
Gold Flip Murray is wild.
As well. That was what was most impressive.
And the guy had a god squad. The guy had Penny, Clay, Mello, KG, and Nick Batum or something.
And then there was me out there with Gary Payton, Klay Thompson, Mello, Giannis, D-Rob, and I still couldn't win. So I just suck.
They patched
Can't score anymore. They patched me. Bro. I'm lost. I'm stuck in the mud.
My go
I'm not resorting to paint mashing. You're just not going to catch me doing that.
My go Franz Wagner. He's so good. I'm not even joking. He's so good. Like,
didn't you say these budget cards were terrible? Wasn't he in the iced out?
I don't. It's a meme more than anything. He's not that good. he's just not awful. He's got a ridiculous player build, and he's got the release where he doesn't miss whites, the Sean Marion release.
I mean, he's got all the shooting badges. He just does nothing else well.
He actually plays lanes fairly well, surprisingly. But
with the
so
Sean
Jacob,
Marion base, that's why you don't miss.
Yeah, Jacob. I want to run this by you. I'm planning on doing this at the next weekend, and I think it could be cool. So a tournament, a kind of like 4-hour-long tournament, but there's a catch. It's going to be 8 people, 4 competitive players, 4 content creators, and like again, the content creator, like people that stream but wouldn't necessarily be like comp level.
Yeah.
But every player, based on their skill level, has like a handicap. So like if you're a tie, you might only be allowed to run like 1 pink diamond, 4 diamonds, 2 amethysts, and all this stuff, and you can't play anyone more than 15 minutes and stuff like that. And if you're Splash, something similar. But then say, for example, if someone like, I probably wouldn't be able to convince him, but if someone like HTB is in, he doesn't have any restrictions.
That'd actually be really good this time of year. I don't think it would make any odds to do that. It wouldn't make any odds to do that in like April when we have like the Diamond Cam Reddishes of the world. But I think if you like had to restrict some comp players to using like rubies at some stage in their lineup, you know, you'd see some Sadiq Bays and stuff. And I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out how does it stack up right now? I want to know.
It just makes it more competitive because gone are the days where you can get someone who's a content creator and put them into a competitive tournament and expect them to not get bopped by 50.
Yeah. Depends on the creator, I guess.
If Jacob's like, can his handicap be that he has to be blacked out?
So you want me to lose by 90?
Yes. Just for the entertainment purposes.
But yeah, something like that. Like even if you play Jacob and you were in as like a content creator, like your handicap would be, you'd be handicapped something because, like, no offense to Henry, you'd be better than Henry, but no offense to you, you're not Ty level, so you'd have a better team than like Ty and Splash.
Yeah, if you found a good system to do it. I'm just trying to think right now, like, there's some pretty good rubies that can hold up. Like, I really don't think that, like, I don't think that if you tell Ty to use rubies in his lineup, like throw in Thibault instead of Clay and throw in Sadiq Bey instead of Mellow or whatever.
Emeralds.
Like, yeah,
like,
he's gonna
probably be playing Emeralds.
You're gonna need to have a Sapphire card in there too, because some of those rubies are pretty alright, pretty usable.
Oh yeah, like it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna just be rubies. You could,
Marcus
Smart. You give Ty Marcus Smart, Sadiq Bey, Matisse Thibault, Jonathan Isaac, and Wang Zhizhi. He's beating most people.
By most people, I'm like almost everybody. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to get creative with the restrictions. I think it'd be really fun.
Something like that would be cool. I'll probably put a bit of money, make it like it can be a 4-hour long tournament. Literally, if you go
for the handicaps, base it on their strengths. Like Ty can't use players with like
interceptor.
What's it? No, but that would make things a little bit too difficult. Like maybe you could say something like he can't use a player above a ruby who has interceptor, who has gold or higher interceptor. Like something like that would be interesting. Like I kind of want to run one of those because I'm planning on doing a 12 days of Mi'kmas. And I've got
the beloved karaoke stream. Yes.
Christmas. No, karaoke stream's first stream in the new house. I've already said that.
What are some of your other ideas for the 12 days?
I'm getting my I'm getting the keys next week. So
I wanted to be a Christmas surprise.
Oh,
it'll be before New Year's. The first stream will be before New Year's.
What are some other ideas for the 12 days?
Christmas tradition.
Literally nothing. I've got Tuesday. It's going to start on Tuesday because it's 12 days leading up to Christmas. Christmas is just going to be Christmas content because I kind of want to stream early on Christmas. Then Christmas Eve is just going to be a content day. Got nothing for day before that. Day before that, a live tier list. Then Tuesday content. Monday, like my team challenges, like doing a bunch of challenges until I win in. Actually, no, I'll go from the start. Day 1, Tuesday content. Day 2, my team challenge in clutch time. Day 3, have nothing planned. Day 4, Friday content. Day 5, reacting on stream to every wager I have lost ever. Day 6, hopefully this tournament. Day 7, my team challenge in clutch time. Day 8, Tuesday content. Day 9, live tier list. Day 10, blank. Day 11, Friday content. Day 12, Christmas content. I have some blanks. I have 2 blanks and a tournament that has not yet been organized.
Well, it'll come
You're not
together.
giving yourself much time to get the tournament up and running.
There will be a graphic. There will be a graphic within the hour of this finishing, and messages will be sent out. Messages will be sent out to people I know that may or may not want to participate.
Weekends make it pretty easy. Like most people, if you try to do it on like a Wednesday with a short notice, you'd be like, "Oh man, I don't know how you're gonna organize that." But if it's a weekend,
it'll be like this. It'll be like this time next week.
Yeah, should be easy enough then. Should be easy
and then
enough.
reacting to every lost wager will be a bit of a rough one.
How many wagers have you lost? Like,
For you.
if you go back to way back in the day, you probably get quite a few.
I'm trying to think. I've lost. I'm trying to think. 17, I lost to Caldy and YBC. 18, I lost to. I'm not counting like some of the games against kind of like not known people. Like I lost like Crypto Rebel and stuff. I'm not gonna count them. Like I lost like Dichotomy in 19 and stuff. I beat YBC once and lost to him once in 18. 19, I got bopped by Afropig. And then I got beaten by YBC. I think that was it in 19. And then 20, lost.
Are you counting the JD series as a wager? No.
No, there's never
played like so many times.
Last year, obviously, the Thai ones. You lost to Denver too last year, right? No wager.
Yeah, that's the Denver last year. I might just do all.
The Thai one is the rough one. Well, maybe
I might just only react to the Thai ones.
I would like to see some of those old like 2K17 ones though, against like YBC. Just out of curiosity, I don't know if other people would want to see those.
YBC's. I used to hate waging YBC because you'd play against him and he would never show any basket that you would score. So like
all your clips would be edited out.
I went on an 18-0 run. He just cut it all out of his video. You've literally cut out my whole run.
I hardly ever cut out the opponent's scores.
Oh, there's no point.
I mean, it's part of the damn story of the game. Like, how conceited would you have to be to just cut out every bucket your opponent gets?
Henry did that in his wager in 2K20. I remember I was reacting to like Henry versus I can't remember what his name was, just some like unknown streamer or YouTuber. And Henry cut out all the guys' scores. So I watched 15 seconds of Henry's video, reacted to your man's video for the whole time. And then Henry got pissed that I didn't ask him for permission. And I was like, dude, I didn't even react to your video. Like, if I did react, I did clickbait him though. So he was kind of understandable. Like, I did title the video like something like reacting to the Hall of Fame wager dodger's first ever wager. Like, I did click like that's. I think the title is what pissed him off more than anything, and justifiable. Like, I did pretty much slander him.
Wager dodger is crazy.
I did go full on HDB slander in that title. Which
a team up back.
I would love to do a content creator team up wager, but obviously that's just never going to happen.
It's the hardest thing to run because you need 10 people.
Yeah. It's just,
no different than running Pro-Am 10s. It's just getting every MyTEAM content creator to be available at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially Twitch streamers aren't as bad because at least if they'll tell you when they're free, and normally they're free, the YouTubers are the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not surprising. A lot of time, it's not the people that you'd think that are the hardest to. Actually, no, the people that like you'd think like Denver and Henry, when they say they'll do something, they'll do it. I'm thinking of more of a lot of kind of the ones that have kind of vanished, and the sweatshop owner.
Wonder if we'll ever see a lot more like. Am I wrong to say that like less people collab nowadays than they used to?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder if it'll ever pick back up a
lot. Collabing was like the way to grow in like the early 2010s.
Even like
it's actually
19, people collabed a lot of stuff.
But it's looked down upon. I don't know why. Like I don't understand why it's looked down upon. Like people, I know for a fact. Like thankfully I'm not in any of these. I'm not in any of these YouTube group chats. But I know there are YouTube group chats that every single time me and Ty post a reaction or go at each other, they're like, oh, they're only doing this for views and stuff. Yeah. Why else do we make videos? Like,
yeah,
like I've seen so many people being like, oh, he's only doing that for views and growth. Yes.
Obviously.
Yes. Obviously. Like, this, like, what? But I've dodged so many of these.
Where people don't understand how YouTube works, honestly.
No, like that's the thing. Like it's all about view loops.
This guy's
like,
only doing it for views. Yes.
Yes.
money.
Like, I'm trying to get other people, like, even the likes of, I remember Richie sometimes on stream always complains about, like, I love Richie. And, like, he has less of a filter than me. But, like, he constantly complains about on stream, oh, DBG reacts to Ty Debo. And I'm literally like, you do it. And he's like, oh, I'll get involved. I'm like, do it. I don't care. It's like, you say something about me, and if there's if I can make a video out about it, I will make a video about it, reacting to you. Like,
I want to see Richie react to
Ty started. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was just gonna say, I want to see Richie react to that one video that's out there about him getting slandered for going on Twitter telling people to stop sharing accounts. It's like I don't even know what the video is. It's pretty much like a 2K or Big C Richie bash video about, you know, complaining about people sharing accounts.
When you started that whole reaction thing, you and Ty, it was like, I thought it was going to become what you said, like the view loop, where it was like, I make something, you react to it, and then it's like HTB reacts to DBG reacting to Ty Debo, and I thought it was just going to be a chain, and it just, no one else ever really did it.
YBC did, and he got so much abuse because of it, and he's not good. He's not good with taking abuse, and that's one thing. Like, I think I do better than anyone else is just take the abuse. Like, it is annoying
because you get more than nearly everyone else.
Yeah, I think the more you get, the easier it gets to take, honestly. Once you get to a point where you've heard it all, you're just like, okay.
But it's like, you have to accept, especially when you're going up against the best player in the world in Ty. Like, you have to accept that, like, if his opinion differs from yours, people are going to side with him. Doesn't mean people aren't going to click on your video.
Yeah. Negative engagement's engagement at the end of the day.
Yeah. But that's the thing where it's like, your channel completely dies when people stop caring. And that's what happened. I'll mention it to Richie. People stopped caring. Because in fairness to Richie, he's someone that, like, I'll gladly say this to publicly. I will say it to his face, and I think I have said to his face, like, his channel died when people stopped caring. That's why when he's always like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go and react to your thing, I'm like, good, do it. I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, there's no reason for me or Ty to clap back and you get a couple of negative comments. Like,
at least he doesn't have to worry about 2K finding his username when he reacts to someone else's video. There's no chance of them finding his new account when he does that, so might as well post those videos if you're Richie.
There's so many things. Like, there's not enough characters, and I get it because people quote want to, like, appear real. There's not enough people just playing characters pissing people off. Like just there's a reason why, like, all the, like, LNU versus gesture delays or wagers popped off, because they would constantly play with each other. They would, like, constantly, like, send viewers to different places. As the reason, like, why myself and Ty, we've made, like, 6 videos ever together. 3 of them wagers, 3 of them tierless. But yet, there's so much of an overlap in our viewers because it's easy. Like, there's no reason why. And, like, I get it with, like, a Henry because it doesn't necessarily suit his content. But there are a lot of people where it's like, if they can get involved, like, if someone's blowing up and they can get involved, like, I've said it to, like, Killsamoy. I remember he was like to me, he's like, oh, how do I get involved? And I was like, literally, just say something in one of your videos. Say something that's even a minor shot at me and I'll respond. Like, I'm like, everyone knows it's all fake. Everyone knows it's all fake, and that's the thing. Where it's like, it doesn't matter if it's all fake. You're still going to click on the video.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers don't lie. You know? The numbers don't lie. I remember when you and Ty wagered that one time, you guys had, like, almost 10K between the two of you.
That was a wager. And, like, people don't realize what that was even a wager of. It was my beard versus him having to put a picture of Iverson on his court.
On, like,
there was no money in that.
Yeah, it was like a Tuesday night, like, just normal wager for a beard and an Iverson on the court. And it was probably the best performing MyTEAM stream that wasn't 250 or, like, Flight last year, you know?
It was. Like, I had 5. It was the low streams because he pulls in 10,000 anyway. But, like, it was literally 2 MyTEAM guys that averaged, like, less than 1,000. Pulling in 10,000 combined because one wagered a beard and the other wagered, like, Allen Iverson.
And you guys made, like, videos, like, promoting it for, like, the whole week before. Like, everyone knew it was coming. Everyone was, like, waiting for it, you know? You build the hype up and stuff and people will watch.
And then like
Gotta
again,
treat those wagers like WWE promos, you know.
of course you do. And that's the thing where it's like, and so many people, I know so many people, again, in these group chats that I'm thankfully not a part of, but people have relayed the thing for me. Content creators being like, oh, they're just milking this for all it's worth. Oh, why are they making all these videos? They don't need to. It's like, yes, we kind of do. We're milking them for all it's worth because you have to make a promo for something. Like before I wagered Denver, I made a video calling out Denver, and Denver made a video calling out me again. Like, if you want something, I can't boot. If I booted up stream today and played Thai right after this, it wouldn't get anywhere near as many viewers as if we made videos going at each other.
Yeah, 100%.
And like those videos are fun to make, but like it's so obvious. Like I think one of them I was throwing popcorn into my mouth for a whole reaction. Like,
yeah, yeah. I tried to do the same thing shortly after, and I just made a mess. Not very skillful in that regard.
Yeah, those videos are fun though. Like they are 100% not like none of those are scripted. Like they're not pre-planned. People are thinking like we pre-plan what to say. It's like no. Like I'll just mess. We'll have like a date organized for a wager, and then I'll be just like, screw it, I'll make a promo video, and then he'll respond, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm getting the last word in here.
Yeah.
And in the end, there's views. And that's fun though. Like that's one of the fun things that's missing. Like I would love it. Like if Splash just started talking shit the whole time. He does.
Splash could do that better than anybody.
That's all I wish is YouTube.
Splash could do that 100% better than anybody could, because he's actually like when he like roasts people, it's hilarious. So he could do that better than anyone.
What I would love for Splash to do is, do you guys remember the Splash versus Max Sauce game last year?
No, I didn't watch it. I remember hearing about it.
The funniest thing ever.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was hilarious.
Splash was beating him by 40. Wasn't giving him abuse over the Discord. I would love it if Splash goes into someone's stream. Like, say if not necessarily Ty, because Ty versus Splash is a close game. That's the worst part, is that there's not that many big streamers that Splash can do it to. Like, he could probably do it to me. If I'm streaming, Splash just randomly pops into the stream and goes, wager, hops into Discord and gives me abuse for like 40 minutes while beating me on my host. Like, that would be so funny. And me just having to sit there and take it, and then him uploading that to YouTube. Like, that would be such a funny video.
Yeah.
Like, it has, like, again, that's happening. I'm messaging him at some stage, being like, look, just come into my stream at any stage and just say wager, and we'll do that.
People in Park do like stuff like that. I mean, people, yeah, there's potential with stuff to make in MyTEAM content, considering the people in Park have done stuff like that plenty of times. Like, went on a burner account and called out this person, or yada yada yada, all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, just
oh yeah, when they do like I pulled up on I was on a burner account and pulled up on like say Fanta on the stage or something like that.
Yeah,
they do that all the time.
I need to be worried about that, because someone's going to do it to me at some stage, and I'm going to snap at them, and then they're going to blow me out, because I do clap back at burners.
Everyone going to start making burner accounts now.
Hey, still a viewer. Viewer's a viewer.
Yeah.
I hate viewer as a viewer.
The Google Analytics doesn't know how much, the Google Analytics and AdSense doesn't know how much the person watching likes what they're watching.
Yeah.
It all reads the same.
But I'd love it if we just, if there were 2 or 3 more people that were a little bit more like that could get involved in some quote unquote WWE type beef. Then it would be
a good one as Wager Wall. He doesn't even do it as a character. That's just his personality.
Yeah, that's just him.
I don't. He very respectfully asked me to play a wager. If he had went berserk on me on stream, I probably would have said, "Yeah, send me the recording of you going nuts, and I'll play you." Like, I'll say that to Wall right now. If he wants to make a WWE style promo video about me, I will play him, because that would be hilarious.
He was, I mean, some of those wagers he had during the summer were some of the funniest 2K streams. I'd say those got to be in the iconic stream list too. Like, some of those ones in the summer towards the end, like, people were staying out till 4 a.m. just to watch him wager somebody, because he was just
I remember after the first one, my timeline was blowing up, and I missed it. I DM'd you. I was like, "What the hell happened in Isaac's stream last night?" And you were like, "It wasn't even Isaac, bro. It's this guy called Wager Wall." And I was like, what the fuck?
But he did it the right way. Like no one knew who he was, and within a week, everyone knew who he was.
Yeah.
And like he had like
funniest thing
150.
If he had come into your stream doing what you said Splash should do and just talking bad shit and calling you out, you would have taken that on because you would have because you thought he was like a bum.
Yeah.
You would have got
I'll say it right now. If he makes a WWE style promo video and it's actually good, I will play him. Because I can, and if he wants to make a minute long WWE style promo video calling me out, tweets it out, I will play the guy. Like,
all right, to everyone who's ever wanted to play DBG, because you think he's a bot, now you know how to get him to play and make a WWE promo.
Give me a reason to play, and I'll play anybody. Like, I'm not going to just randomly play someone for no reason. If you give me a reason to play, I'll play you. If I can make a video out of it and it's a good video, I don't need to win. But if it's a good video, it's probably more funny if I get bought by 50. Like, I need to get some sort of persona. I need to get some sort of wager persona. It's just, I don't like wagering for money.
Bring the sunglasses out. That's got to be part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough stuff outside of money that you've came up with that's actually really good ideas. Like, if that's what you want to do, shave your beard, put a card in your lineup for the rest of the season, stuff like that, you know? That's all that matters views-wise. The viewers, like, unless you're putting up, like, $1,000, like, really makes no odds if you're wagering $50 or $500. Unless you're putting up, like, 4 digits, like, the money doesn't really phase the viewership.
I like, there'll be stupid
put money up in my team.
No, there's like
stage.
I could do a really stupid thing. Like if I know a wager's coming next week, I could do something stupid like juice up Franz Wagner by giving him a bunch of Hall of Fame badges, and then I'm making a meme out of him, and then wagering I discard my Franz Wagner if I lose.
Yeah,
like it's 100 KMT, 2 Hall of Fame badges that I lose, discard, and I don't care. Like I run a bunch of cards anyway. Like something like that could be cool.
Yeah, would be a good one. Discard whatever, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's the thing when it comes to like collabs. Like people constantly ask me for collabs, and my reply is always like, if you give me a reason, yeah, no bother. Like if you can actually do something. Like I collabed with a guy with 30 subscribers, and he was like, you should make a video because he used to meme Ruby Taco Fall, and he's like, you should make a video his taco versus my Yuta, because I had the juiced up Yuta because he gave his taco like 15 Hall of Fame badges. So I was just like, okay, cool. He had like a 15 Hall of Fame badge Ruby Taco. I had like my 10 Hall of Fame badge Ruby Yuta. So I was just like, yeah, that's actually a great video.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter your subscriber count. Like if there's a reason to make the video and it's fun, I'll gladly do it.
Yeah.
But what topics can we talk about that would make a good title for this video? Because I don't want to put 250 because the last thing I want is, 2K devs watching this and hearing us just slating 2K.
I mean, it definitely is the title.
12 Days of Mickmas revealed.
Yeah.
12 Days of Mickmas reveal is going to be tomorrow. I just need to figure out something.
The title for 250 is definitely where the shoe fits on this one. I mean, I guess you could say like something about like our promos keeping my team from thriving or whatever. Like, these last 2 promos, the worst 2 promos we ever got. I don't know. I don't know what else we've talked about.
Can my team content creation take a leaf out of WWE's book?
Yeah. Who is the John Cena of the My Team community?
It's gonna be MJ.
Who can cut a promo like DX in the My Team community?
Do either of you know who MJF is?
No.
Was he a wrestler or is he a new wrestler?
No, he's a current wrestler, but he is like the embodiment of it all. Like in public,
oh,
like,
isn't he
he's the guy who's like his character in public, and he's like giving the finger to like 8-year-olds.
Oh my god!
He's like a dad.
He's just constantly in character.
It might not be a character then if he's doing that.
No, it 100% is like he knows what he's doing. Like it's like a rite of passage having a picture. Like, if you go up with your kid to ask for a picture with him, you know that he's gonna give your kid the finger and you're gonna take a picture of it. Like, it's a known thing that's what he's gonna do.
It's actually hilarious.
But like, if you got someone like that, like, I'd love it. Like Wager Wall again. The only reason Wager Wall was a thing, he was good, but he's not like the best player in the world. But people watched Wall because he just went berserk on, like, he just went full on rant.
Yeah, no,
more people need to do that.
Yeah, no, like it was honestly like you couldn't. It was hard to turn it off because you just wanted to see what he was about to say next. Like you knew that it wasn't gonna just like you knew he wasn't gonna relax. Like he just kept going. Just
yeah,
it was hard to turn off because it was just waiting to see what would happen next.
He was way too nice when he was DMing me about playing though. So I was like, oh no, I'm not really gonna do that. But if he had went to berserk on stream, you better believe I would have clipped out that bit of a stream, put that in a video, and then played him.
It's not too late. Still been streaming.
No, if he wants to do it, I'm open. If he wants to.
I mean,
if that scrub wants to call me out, I'll just go and beat him.
He can talk the game. I remember I was bored one night. It was like the month I didn't work because I was changing jobs, and it was when all that happened. So I was like, I want to interview Wager Wall. So like start the interview or whatever. I'm like, so how do you feel you stack up in the MyTEAM community right now? He's like, top 5. I'm definitely top 5. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So what got you into MyTEAM? Well, I started playing about a month ago, you know. All right, top 5 sounds good.
Yeah, like
he came out of nowhere.
I'm trying to think who can talk a game in the community. Like Ty.
Splash and Wall for sure. Splash and
Wall. Like I'll put myself up there. Like Mac can talk a good game.
Low can talk a game. You know Low?
No, I don't know Low. Low's a streamer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's partnered.
Yeah.
He could definitely make things fun. I'm trying to think who else. Richie definitely can. He calls me homeless every time I talk to him.
Yeah, Richie. I love turning Richie's tweets into copy pastas.
Anyone else off the top of my head? I'm trying to think. I mean, Sam can, but like he's not really a MyTEAM player.
Yeah.
Plays MyTEAM every now and then.
Sam's so funny. Like, Sam is so...
is.
Sam the Ruler is so funny. Air Jack probably can talk a bit of a game.
Jack definitely can. Yeah.
If
he
most Irish people can.
He can't fake it though. That's the thing. You actually have to get him frustrated. He won't fake it, but you can actually get under his skin and he'll start.
Like that was not a character with him. That's just Jack. Like even now that he stopped streaming, he's still like that. Or at least he was when we played Park for like a month.
His insults were always just so...
into a silent agreement of never playing again, so...
I'll give it to Denver. Denver can talk a good game as well. Denver can't. Denver, it's very obvious he's faking it, but he can make a decent promo video. That is my challenge. That is like my call out. Anyone watching this video that is some sort of a smaller creator, if you can give me a reason to play, I will play you. You will probably beat me. But there's always that little chance you lose. And if you lose, you'll never get over it. You'll never get over it. The DBG degenerates are going to be in your chat every time if you lose. Just remember that.
I'll give you all the advice. Don't play his pace. Don't play his pace, fellas. Speed him up. Give you the sauce.
Be warned. You're probably going to beat me. But if you lose, you're never living it over.
You don't even have to, like... They don't even have to wager anything, like... Because if they lose, it's just like...
It's the embarrassment.
Over.
Yeah, it's over anyway.
It's not over. It's not over. Like, I'd be Boz by 30. Everyone loves Fat Boz.
Alright, that's because he's such a nice guy. You can't hate him. It's impossible.
Mr. Crossover. Oh, Crabdy, should you make a TikTok about you calling me out? If you can get...
I got my chat merch on the way, JD. I was ready.
Yo, if you can get a TikTok to get... like I was gonna play Easton. Easton did it. Like I was gonna play him. I just got super busy. And like I will definitely play him at some stage. If you can get 20,000 views on a TikTok, calling me out for a game, I will play. Live.
That should be pretty slight work for Crab. Doesn't he run TikTok MyTEAM? I just don't have a TikTok. How is MyTEAM TikTok?
Killsamoy is the biggest on MyTEAM TikTok. It's Killsamoy and it's me, I'm pretty sure.
That's because he got that Doja Cat feature.
Place for growth.
The Doja Cat
whatever TikTok's discoverability is just like so good.
I'm sure a lot of
they just count.
A lot of it's botted, isn't it?
No, they just count everything as a view. So like if you scroll down your feed and you watched 5 seconds and you're like, I don't want to watch this, it still counts as a view.
Yeah, I don't know. I seen like mad people and like other categories of Twitch get crazy growth just from like TikTok.
It was years ago. It was years ago, but I remember watching. You guys know Devin Nash? You guys heard of him?
Yeah.
He's the Twitch guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he was talking about how like a lot of the engagement on TikTok is like kind of Mickey Mouse engagement, and like the viewer numbers shouldn't really be taken seriously over there. But that also was a long time ago. That was like right when TikTok came out, so I don't know if it's different now.
Like if you have 1 million TikTok followers, it's the equivalent of having like 10,000 Twitch followers a lot of the time. If you're looking to make money off Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, it's
I know people that have
CPM.
I know people who have like 80,000 Twitch followers, or sorry, TikTok followers, and their whole TikTok are stream clips, and they have 2,000 Twitch followers, and they average 10 viewers a stream. Like,
yeah, because
it's really hard.
I never really see anyone in the MyTEAM community, anyways, comment in chat. Like I've never seen anyone say like, "Hey, found you from TikTok." Like, never seen that before in a MyTEAM chat.
I see it a lot in MLB community, surprisingly.
Okay.
So many people come from TikTok. I don't know what it is about 2K.
It's hard
like
to bring
the 2K TikTok's probably more popular for like dribble heads who can make clips.
Yeah. Like TikTok is its own thing. Like there are people that like actually are getting good views on TikTok, but it's its own thing. They're not really moving those views to anywhere else.
Do they pay per click on there at all? Do you get any CPM or anything like that on TikTok? No.
I think the artists.
I have
you
millions.
can get paid for it, but I don't know how it works.
What do you have to do? Get partnered or something, and get like a deal with them or something like that?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I've
gotta be that Addison Ray level, you know.
Yeah, and even still, like it's the least lucrative of every social media, and it's not even close.
Yeah, the whole point of it really is then to take your following from there and transfer them to a different platform.
It's hard to do that unless you're Addison Ray or the Emilios or the guy who doesn't say anything. It's hard to do that.
Oh god, yeah. Isn't he the biggest on TikTok now, or am I wrong?
I think so. I love that. He doesn't even say anything. I love that.
Such a simple idea.
He doesn't say anything.
Genius.
What do you mean?
He basically reacts to like people coming up with really stupid solutions to things that already work. Or not even solutions. They take something that's already works and try to be quirky with it. Then he just shows how to do it easier, and he's just like, and that's it.
And he doesn't say anything. He just does it. Like he doesn't
never says a word.
So apparently 20,000 views $1 on TikTok, according to someone who's actually fairly big on TikTok.
Yeah, he would know.
He'd know. So 20,000 views $1. Is that a million's $50? If you were getting 1 million views on a YouTube video, you're charging 20 grand.
Really? Like, that's what it all adds up to. Hey, I guess I know CPM.
If you're consistently, it's a bit different. Like, if you're getting 1 million views, it's between 10 and 20 grand on YouTube.
That's crazy. I need a banger video.
Not necessarily from AdSense. I'm talking about like the ad placement.
Yeah, couldn't you even have like theoretically higher than that? Like, or is that about the max you can go for 1 million?
No, you can get higher, but it's hard. It's hard. It kind of caps off.
Surely on like the really big channels, they could cross that 20 grand threshold.
It depends on what it is. If it's a video being made specifically about something, so like if NBA Live wanted to pay me for a video, and it was me playing NBA Live, it would cost a lot more than NBA Live saying, "Can you put like a 30-second advertisement in your video?"
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of situation. Like, if you made a whole video on something, you get like double than integration.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. It's a weird one in social media. There's a lot of money and there's also no money in it. Like most people are either making a lot or making nothing.
Yeah, it's all subjective, you know. Depends on what you do.
Yeah, like it's anyone I've asked like what I make either is so far above or below what I make. It's crazy. Like nobody has any idea what people actually make. Like, people guess either twice what I'm actually making or less than 10% of what I'm making.
Yeah.
That's because they go look at the Social Blade and they see the estimations. And
the Social Blade estimation will say like they're making somewhere between $50 and $50,000. Like, well, thanks.
Let me see what Social Blade says I'm making. Because like there's some months Social Blade's high and other months Social Blade's low. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there right now. Like, it is low. It is very, very low for what I'm making this month. Because it doesn't take into account December CPM.
Yeah, the December CPM is always high.
Like $4 CPM on 20-minute long 2K videos is just a non-existent thing. Like it's a lot higher than that, but it would be somewhat accurate in other months. But like the MT sponsorship is more money than I've made in ads. Like I've been offered $8,000 a week for that.
Yeah.
Like it's silly.
And people wonder why people do it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. They pay very handsomely. Yeah. Your account might get banned, but you normally get enough money back. Banned. Yeah, normally get enough money back that it makes sense.
Yeah.
See, RCA's in chat now. We just missed us talking about the whole debacle there, RCA. Sorry, that happened. But...
Yeah, 250 was an absolute disaster.
Travesty.
Like I will say, the easiest way to make money if you have no soul is to the easiest way if you have no soul is to you do one of those shady gambling streams. $10,000 for 2 hours is what I've been offered. Like,
oh my god!
Like I'll gladly say what coin sponsorships have offered me and what these gambling things have offered me because I won't ever take them. But like that's the ballpark of what they're offering. This was when I was averaging about 1,500 viewers a stream.
God, I'm not gonna lie. If I was a content creator, I would do that so fast.
I mean,
unashamedly.
Like if I sponsored coins, I wouldn't need it alone for my house. If I had sponsored coins for a year, I wouldn't need a loan for my house. That's the worst part.
When's the DBG coin dropping? Gonna maybe. How about the DBG NFT?
NFT.
How much do you think someone would pay for a one-of-one DBG NFT?
Talking about that, RCA finally paved the way for what I've thought a lot of 2K content creators should do, and that's bloody Patreon.
Well, it works for RCA. Would it work for me? What am I going to put on my Patreon? Show you how to run in a circle? Like...
The RCA's Patreon works so well because of who specifically RCA is. I think the reason why a lot of people had problems in the past with like playbook tutorials was that like it was literally like $10 for one playbook tutorial from a content creator who didn't run plays, and it was literally just reading what was on screen. No like situations of where to use them. It was literally like, call this play. This player cuts from here. Call this play. This is what this play does. So I think that's why people had a problem. And then everyone had a problem, rightfully. I was about to say rightfully so about the ebook, the pack opening ebook.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if that works.
Well, the thing with Patreon, like, you don't even have to like. The things I've seen YouTubers offer, like some of it's not even relevant to like their content. You know, it's just like you get extra benefits like Discords and like you can talk to me in a Discord chat once a week or something, like things like that.
You must pay to talk to me.
There's so many ways like, you can interpret what a Patreon should be.
Yeah, like I like with RCA's because it's specifically him. Like you're able to get
of the
advice,
way he plays, it's like so different to everyone else.
RCA can play every way, and that's the biggest thing is that he can play every way. So I was like reading through because I was genuinely considering buying his Patreon. Like I was very, very genuinely considering buying it.
Y'all don't want to see what DBG turns into after the
Yeah.
RCA Patreon.
Yeah, and like at some stage, the
It'll
reason
be a
why I didn't
different
buy
man.
Patreon was because basically I'm in the as of right now, I'm in the very, very closing periods of sorting everything out for a house, and will come up as a bank payment of you are paying this amount of money for 2K. I'm like, I just don't want anything. I do not want to spend any money for the next week. But I will at some stage get RCA's Patreon, because he will actually like give you good advice no matter what your playstyle is. He will, because RCA constantly updates his defensive settings and everything. He updates his playbooks. He'll give you counters for everything. Like, and then one of them is like $80 a month, and it's actually not that bad because it's like 2 1-hour lessons of 2K. Like, that's at least $30 an hour value. So like, I'm looking at the stuff.
People
like,
charge more for coaching.
Yeah, I've seen more.
like,
he's doing a good job marketing it too. Like, honestly, like, I'm just not running plays, but if I was, I'd buy it, because he's on Twitter showing plays where dudes are setting triple screens and stuff. And like, if I thought about it, I see the Patreon, maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't. I go on Twitter and see that he's got a play on there of a triple screen. That's what's gonna make me be like, yeah, I probably should hit that button purchase.
Like, if it was anyone but RCA, like if someone, no offense, like myself, came out with a tips Patreon, people should laugh. People should rightfully laugh. But if it's because it's RCA. And I really hope this takes off, because it's actually a really, like, running a Patreon is a good idea if you are someone like RCA, because his videos take so long to make, because they're like so in-depth tutorials on everything. Whereas a lot of our videos are a lot quicker. So now he can at least get some money, get a bit more money, and make quite a bit from it. And hopefully he's able to take off a little bit with that, because specifically for him, that's something that would be huge.
Yeah.
Would it be funny? Like, who was it? Or did one of you suggest? They were like, the good old we pulled a PKA and made a team takeover page.
Yeah, I was talking about that on my stream the other day. I mean, I don't really know what we'd include in it, but it seems like every podcast I ever watched.
We get big enough, we can do a Patreon.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd have to make it worth the value of whatever we're putting out, but we can figure that out down the line.
Like this, if
movie nights with the team takeover crew.
Like, you can definitely we could definitely do some, like, not right now, but like we're pulling in 15,000-20,000 viewers in peak 2K season. It's something to look at.
Yeah, definitely.
It's something to look into. It's something to look into.
Speaking of
one
PKA,
thing would be obvious, because like we interact with chat here and there, but like live Q&A, stuff like that.
Yeah. I wanted to bring this up. This is like totally off topic, but the dude they had on PKA this week was the guy who got put in prison for 6 years for trolling somebody on RuneScape. The dude went to prison for 6 years for trolling on RuneScape, and like the only reason why it happened is because like the judge was like a straight up boomer and just couldn't comprehend like that's gaming culture. Like, the empty death threats happen every day in gaming.
But it was like one of the main reasons he got sentenced was because they said that he downloaded a game, and he was like, no, they've proven it's not downloading. The judge goes, I don't know what downloading is, so I'll give you that point.
Yeah. He literally, like, he went to the website but didn't download the game, and he's like, yeah, chill, like, I didn't download it. And he's just like, the judge's like, I don't know what that means, sorry. Tough, I guess. Like,
that was the best episode of PK I've seen in so long.
Oh, I know, me too. I haven't watched
it in so long.
If you're ever gonna watch it, watch this one. It's hilarious. He's talking about how he goes to prison, and like they're like, don't believe him, and he shows them their paperwork, and they just laugh at his face. Like, he's in like a high security max prison with murderers because he told some kid on RuneScape. 6 years is crazy.
But at the same time, like the 6 years is crazy, but like they couldn't ignore what he said. No, but the fact they arrested him for it is nuts.
Yeah, I mean that stuff probably happens daily. Worse things are said in gaming daily, especially in a RuneScape chat where it's literally not even voice; it's literally just typing it in. Like,
oh, that is.
Clearly, they've never experienced a League of Legends in-game chat, because that is the most toxic thing I've ever experienced.
You've never played an angry French person on EU servers. Have you? Dale,
I
they're
have
always
played
French.
people. Yeah, I have played.
Everyone who goes
French
berserk on the mic is always French.
I don't think that one guy who beat me by one in TT Online when I was on your account was French. But he talked a lot of shit to me when I lost. I lost by one too, like.
You should have just got on the mic and being like, I'm not DBG. You got the wrong account.
I don't know if he knew it was you though, like I don't know how many people are hip to better than H. Like I'm sure a lot of people are.
A lot of people are. Like I didn't realize how many people were. Like for someone who doesn't have a logo, I thought no one's gonna remember who I am. Like people go crazy when they see better than HTB up.
Yeah.
It's
now
I'm standby. That's my best name ever.
This is gonna have to be a yearly thing now for you. You're gonna have to come up with a new PSN every year.
I mean, I'm gonna have to wager it when I know I'm gonna lose, and then I'm gonna get an embarrassing name. One Way Mick, Ty went so easy on me.
Yeah, he really did.
He went so easy on me. Like I was expecting like Ty Debo. I was expecting Ty Debo's son.
Yeah. Did he have his?
That was what I was.
He put a poll up on Twitter, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like Mick Mouse or One Way Mick. And I was cool with either of those.
Both of those are way too easy.
I was gonna turn his into sub 2 DBG. Like the fact
even that's not like that bad. That's just like it's bad, but it's funny. But it's not like hell.
It's just a good troll,
you know.
Good troll.
Yeah,
that's
but like,
just kinda, that's
he went way
funny.
like One Way Mick wasn't even a bad name at all. Like,
nah, not at all.
Ty Debo, like people suggested things that were like, "Oh, Ty Debo's son." I was like, that would actually have been annoying to have to like. Imagine someone like, "Oh, what's your PSN name?" Ty Debo's son. Like someone in real life. "Oh, I want to play in 2K. What's your name?" Ty Debo's son.
Ty Debo's son. Yeah, that
so
one
what happened? I lost
good.
a bet. Like that one would have been funny, but I wonder. I'm not ending the year with better than HTB. I'm just saying that right now. I'm losing it in a wager, and it's got to be bad.
You need to play like a Splash to get a really bad one. It won't go easy on you.
Splash won't go, but I wonder what Splash.
Would.
No, I wonder what Splash would do. No, I just need to get Splash. I need to get Splash to call me out. I just need like something. I'd love to make a video with Splash. Like I need him to come into my trash or into my chat talking trash. I need Splash to like literally just call me out on stream sometime. And then suddenly I have that clip for a video, and then I can get bopped by 50 by him, and make it funny.
It'd definitely make for a good video, Splash, when he gets talking. It's pretty great. So.
Oh yeah.
You would, or me. I don't know. Whoever be other than that video would have to do a lot of editing.
Yeah.
If you get Wager Wall in his prime too, you're gonna have to cut out a few things.
Yeah.
I don't know how many strikes this Twitch channel got, but its number's not zero.
If you played them, you'd be a lot of bleeping in the video is all.
Yeah. Yeah, that would.
Well, some people are good at turning it on for YouTube, where they just like once they know they're like part of a video, they don't really swear. Like, I don't really swear during these, but outside of these, I do a lot. Like
yeah, swearing isn't that bad. Like as long as you're not swearing every 2 seconds, it's actually not that bad on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're with Splash, the problem is that I've always said I was like for YouTube videos, constantly using the N-word gets picked up badly on YouTube.
So does that just take down the CPM?
Yeah, that's considered extreme profanity. Yeah. So like it's a.
Do they do all that through? Like, do they do all of that screening stuff through AI? Is it all bots that just pick up cuss words and then that will like depict what ads get ran on your videos? That's crazy technology.
Yeah, and then the human reviews are the human just reviews what the AI have picked up and said whether or not it's right. So, I don't ever like using Iguodala because if I say any word that ends with the letter N before the word Iguodala, it sounds like I'm saying the hard or.
The bots don't think that's what she said.
Like the bots pick that up every single time as like me giving extreme profanity, so it gets demonetized. So I'm like, I just don't use Iguodala.
I want Iguodala.
Like, it's a reason why I can say I want Iguodala because it's a T. But that's about it. Like, I don't like saying Iguodala.
One day, DBG's gonna wake up with his channel gone after doing an Iggy gameplay. We'll know why.
Oh, Iggy. That was it. I can call him Iggy. That's fine.
Yeah,
I can call him Iggy. That's fine.
we're getting that Galaxy Opal Iggy soon, aren't we? Well, we aren't, but someone will. I think it's the next.
Someone who's put.
Oh yeah.
Next card up in card collector.
After level.
B Street.
Yeah, there's a couple
Most
people that
likely,
are
yeah.
chasing
Yeah,
right
there's
there.
a couple of people that are on top of it.
How much money do you reckon B Street?
Depends on.
How much money do you reckon he spent on the game?
He's buying packs too.
Don't you
He
worry
buys
about
packs.
what's in his wallet, pal.
Yeah.
Is he that rich?
He's from Detroit over here.
I don't know what he.
I know that.
Like
He's
I
from
would
Michigan.
assume he is, and it's not talking down. People can spend money however they want. I'm just curious.
Yeah, because he buys packs too. He's not buying
Ricky,
Tyson. He always posts
Yeah.
the walkout pictures when he pulls his cards. He's buying packs.
Oh yeah, he's literally he's everything. Like he's not buying MT at all.
I saw Sam's stream the other day. 6-man Sam's. His account is so crazy. He literally just has all of his cards are hollows. He has every card in the game and they're all hollows pretty much.
I mean, he is a dev.
Spend on the game.
Sam? I don't think he spends a dime.
I assume he just puts the cards on his account.
Yeah, like 6-man Sam who works for
feel
2K.
like- Yeah, I know.
Like,
I don't know if they'd let them. I guess they would let them.
Oh
do it. I don't
no,
know.
he definitely
They
does that.
put cards. They used to
One
put cards
day.
on my account, and like 2K18, I used to literally hit up the guy from UK and be like, "Yeah, can you put
Just
this
ask
card
for
on my
a
account?"
card.
And they would, and they would like.
What cards
That was
did they
obviously-
give
that was
you?
It still
Like
worked.
good
I got
ones?
Pink Diamond MJ, Pink Diamond LeBron, like, and this is when Pink Diamonds were the best cards in the game. I got them and sold them. I had like 4 million MTs sitting there. But yeah, 2K UK, 2K UK don't really like. Well, it's not they don't like. They don't like.
They
me.
stopped the giveaways recently. And
Yeah, what they
everything.
stopped the
I don't know what
giveaways
the
for? I don't really see how they
creative
lose anything.
decision
It's
was
not a-
behind that.
I don't think there's any benefit to them. And like no offense, and like of the streams, the only streams that were getting views were when Henry streamed, and Henry didn't stream a lot because a lot of the streams were on Facebook. And like no offense to Facebook streamers, no one watches the streams on Facebook. So it was probably, I think someone probably had
You
to
need
work.
those decent numbers on Facebook to be fair.
Yeah, JD on
Someone
for
get-
Facebook, JD's doing really superbly well. But
Yeah.
again, like JD talks more crap on the game than me, so like it's no
Is he
secret.
no
Do we
Okay,
even
longer?
want to? Do we even want to?
I'm not talking about that, but like it's no secret. He said it. 2K have dropped him.
I was
But,
happy that I was happy to see that they're giving some of the ones to like some of the really small Apex streamers and some of the really smaller EU streamers because like for me like Carlos Story's giving away a card like that doesn't really benefit him, but that can help a smaller creator. You know, if
Oh,
you're smaller
no
than
question,
me, then
no
it'll help you
question.
grow. You know.
No question. It's the same with like I think Agent said it in a video about the logos. Is that like larger creators like we don't need logos.
Yeah, you're gonna get like
Like,
he
as
was
much
saying
as
like
I hate to
if you're
say
a
it.
large part creator, you're gonna get games regardless. You don't need a
Yeah.
logo to stand out. You're already gonna stick out like crazy. You're gonna get stream snipe anyways. But like yeah, it definitely helps the smaller guys more than anything. You know.
Yeah, like I love the 2K are doing that. Like I really like it. They're helping out the small creators, the creators that are working their ass off because like look, it's not a case of, and this is one thing that I hate where it's like a lot it's worse in the park community. How the big creators think that they work so much more than the small creators. When in reality, if a small creator has to work a full-time job as well as trying to stream, it's
Yeah.
probably a lot harder than you just work playing 2K.
Yeah.
So that's why I
I
never
feel
say
like-
like it's not that bad in my team. Like at least we kind of know. Like yeah, I upload more videos than everyone. Like I work extremely hard. Ty work extremely hard. But like we're not gonna go and sit there and say, oh, we're working way harder than like 2K Fitness, who's working a job, raising kids, and trying to stream on the side. Like who ended up getting a logo in his life. Like he's probably working harder than we are to be able to stream at all.
Yeah, I mean if I count streaming as work, I don't know how many hours a week it is. It's a lot when I added my actual job. It's a lot.
Yeah. I feel like as well, like for a lot of those like bigger power creators and stuff, like just big content creators in general, it's pretty easy to coast once you've already got your viewership. You don't really need to change anything to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're up and coming, like what are you offering that no one else already is? Like you gotta try something different to even get noticed.
Yeah,
Just
and like
how look at it.
I like the fact 2K are giving low to small creators because, like, I'm gonna say it right now, like, whenever I tweet being like I don't care, like people are asking me about logos, like I couldn't care less. It's because like first of all, like it's not gonna necessarily benefit me, but like when I see DFS getting logo, when I see fitness, when I see Mac, you can see how much it means to them. Obviously, as someone who aren't full time streamers who are putting in extra time that they could be doing other things, they are working their asses off. Like this is my job. I'm always gonna be playing the game. It's not their job, and they still have to find the motivation to do it, and they're getting rewarded for that, which is huge. Which is actually like I know you're not going to hear this from a lot of big creators, but like I more so prefer what 2K are doing than anything else.
That one
Like,
guy
we don't need
who had the Twitter clips, he said like someone on his chat was like, "Oh, I don't know who anyone got a logo. This is an L," and he goes like, "Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Like they're supposed to give these logos to put people on. They're not supposed to give them just to the biggest guys that everyone already knows about. It's supposed to be that way."
Yeah, like I get why people are really pissed off if they are big creators and they're not getting logos. But like I wouldn't like what would probably be the ideal situation is if the logo show was about the smaller creators and they just gave people logos anyway or bigger creators to just not piss them off. But like
Yeah,
look, it's not the end of the world. Like none of those park streamers that are pulling in decent viewers need a logo. I don't need a logo. At all. First of all, I don't play park. Second of all, people still know who better than HTB is, hilariously enough. Like like Ty doesn't need a logo. Everyone knows who Two-Way Roko is.
Yeah.
So it's I like what 2K are doing. I really, really like what 2K are doing right now.
I wouldn't even, if I got a logo, I'd be grateful for it or whatever, but for one, that's not going to happen. I've been banned twice this year, but for two, like, I try and keep things as stealthy as I can. That's why I don't use, like, Unbeatable Jacob as my PlayStation name. I very, very seldom will use my logo as my team logo anymore. Like, I would prefer the smallest amount of people to recognize me when I'm just playing, like, Unlimited or whatever, because, like, I don't want to get on the mic with people and say, "Oh, is this Jacob?" or anything like that. And I'm not even big, but a few times it has happened. It's been cool, but, you know, I just would prefer just to be as low-key as possible. Especially if someone floods me. I don't want them to know it was me.
Yeah, I blind. People will know soon who I blinders is. I say not I blinders. I unstrippable. I unstrippable. Blinders was last year. Unstrippable really wasn't that great a badge. Was there any funnier names?
I Menace would have been a really good one, but
Was
it
that
was
taken?
already taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mouse in the house.
I think that's too many characters.
Like, that's got to be like Cry Mouses, you know. I Cry Mouse in the house.
Cry mouse in the house. Jesus. What happened to him? He was the damn best. Like he was
I don't know where he disappeared to. Probably just stopped playing the game. I blame him.
Yeah, Crymouse was like he's been like one of the OGs. Like Crymouse, I used to play him in 2K17 all the time before like cross content delay was bad. But he was hell. Like he was just hell. There's no other way to describe it. Like he used to just beat me and he would just sit there laughing.
He played all the post, right? He was big post cheeser.
Yeah, but that was back when you had to play everyone in their position. So you weren't allowed to run everyone out of position, and he would always run Magic Johnson a point guard. 5 out, post up, and either shoot a post up or if you helped in, kick to a shooter and not miss.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't guard him.
Different times back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I come back to 2K next year, I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm not even going to bother learning to dribble. I'm just going to learn the most ass play style possible that just annoys everyone.
Run in circles, you mean?
Nope.
This year it's just literally
that's not even
mashing.
that ass.
Last year,
like, you know, you're getting in
mashing.
the post, you're green and post hooks, stuff that really annoy people. There's no point learning to dribble anymore because it just gets patched, so.
Like my run in circles tactic is so difficult to stop. Like you've watched it. My run in circles and after like 3 pick and rolls, shoot a fadeaway mid-range shot because they're expecting me to run to the 3-point line.
Circle hash.
How do you even score in clutch time?
You've watched me. I'm scoring a clutch time with Franz Wagner.
I half watch sometimes, you know. I'm more
Franz
listening
Wagner's
to
God.
see what I can cut out. Especially
Franz
when my
Wagner's
computer
God.
starts running at like 5 frames a second. I really can't watch at that point.
Yeah, Franz Wagner is my offense. I go where Franz Wagner goes.
I mean, I've only played like 2 games of Clutch Time. I'm sure I could get good at it if I actually played it a lot more. I just have no motivation to play the game online right now. At least with offline, it's just mindless, you know. I can like kick back and throw up Netflix if I really want to and still accomplish what I'm doing.
Yeah, that is kind of.
So
that
my
is
first
kind
game of Clutch Time was just a horrible experience. I got full court press with AK on ball, so
Yeah. It sounds like
I
the EU
didn't have a
servers, there's
fun
not many
time.
bots over there. I play a lot of bots on Clutch Time here. Except for when I tried to use gold Kevin Looney. That time everybody wanted to sweat me.
Yeah, so little bots that apparently DBG had to boost his way to Dame, allegedly.
allegedly, yeah. There's an entire post on 2K Gamer
Boost your
saying
way
that
to
I
Gary
boost.
Payton.
Not. It said I also boosted my way to Gary Payton.
You
Just
post
all
every
on
game, don't you?
video.
Every single video is on YouTube. Every single game is on YouTube. Like I recorded every one.
Yeah, you were just matching up with
And-
Dale on a burner account. Sorry to spill the sauce.
Yeah, when he starts matching up with like Danto and stuff, I'm definitely on the burner.
Danto is Dale. Even though he's been in the chat. My game number 2 at 0-1, I matched up against the guy who was in Showdown. At 0-1 in the silver tier, I matched up with someone who already had Jason Richardson.
Oh yeah, that was today.
DZ.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was like I was playing against him.
Quite funny.
It was like a 5-point game, and I typed in the EU chat and I was like, "Who's this username?" And he goes, "Oh, it's me. I'm in Showdown." I was like, "I'm not sweating at 0-1. Quit."
Then you got Invictus, who also people seem to have a bit of a grudge against. I don't know
Because
what
he's a
he did.
trash can. That Invictus guy is a trash can. I've played him so often. I've never, because that was the thing. I was like straight away. I was like, I know this guy's name because he has the best team in the game always. I'm like, is he the guy that I beat with the best team in the game with a 20,000 MT squad? I think he was.
the SPMM's just slapping again this season. I guess it never stopped, but I've played JB twice already. First game I played JB the whole season. Played Drip. Played Fat Spain, lost by 2. Played another 250k
I think you
qualifier
matched
yesterday.
up with Dill.
I didn't match up with Dilly yet this
Dylan.
season, but I played about 30 games and I've known at least 10 of them. Played JB twice, Drip once, 250k qualifiers. So it's been pretty A's for me this season, but I just don't even care about my record on Unlimited anymore, at least until I get to Showdown, so I'm just like, whatever. I just quit out for Drip the other day.
Jay Rich isn't worth the stress, honestly.
No,
so it doesn't
I'll get
really
those 2
matter.
hawk badges whenever I get them from Showdown and call it a day.
Yeah, my run, Dale. Were you in that stream when I had the hell run 5 games in a row?
Against.
I matched up with Vincenzo, Mamba,
Oh, yeah.
Alexito,
Yeah.
Mamba,
Yeah.
Danto,
there.
and someone else. Basically, I played 5 known competitive players in a row when I was like 1-3. I was like 1-3, and in 5 games in a row, I played comp players, and I'm like, what is going on?
Carries over.
1-3.
It carries over
It's
season to
so
season,
weird.
100%. Honestly, yeah, SPMM wouldn't be that much bad. I don't even care about the rewards. I just wish that it just showed on my screen. Hey, buddy, you're in top tier SPMM. Get ready to sweat. Just so I can point at it and be
No
like,
one ever
this is
tells
why.
you the SBMM though. No game
FIFA do.
really does that.
FIFA do.
They?
Yeah.
Well, they
This is-
have a
this is
rating system, right? Like they're kind of similar to MLB. They have like the rating system. That's how
Yeah,
MLB does it too.
You go up in your tiers, not based on your record, based on like your how many like points you get. For people at higher tiers, you get more points and stuff. But
Yeah, that's exactly how
this
MLB does it too.
this is all 2K need to do to fix everything. Basically, give us like a skill score beside where it says what tier we're in for Unlimited. And basically, you get like a skill rating. So if you're in high bracket SUMM, you get like a certain skill rating. So whatever skill rating you end in at the end of every single week, you get rewards. So if you end up, say, in top bracket SBMM and you win, I don't know, 5 games or 7 games that week. Say if you win like 3 games, you get like the lower reward, or 7 games, you get the higher reward. I think that's something FIFA do. So if you win those 7 games and you're still in high bracket SBMM, winning those 7 games, you automatically get, say, I don't know, a 10 deluxe box at the end of every week.
I wouldn't even mind if
And
it
then
was
if you're
just
in-
like reward cards, or even if it was like cosmetic stuff, like a gold basketball or something, like just something. Like it doesn't even need to be anything crazy. Just something to show us. Yeah, just show
us that we're in high bracket SPM.
Yeah, literally just something to prove like that you're getting like not even rewarded, just a symbol of like a trophy for putting up with that shit.
Because at least you can say like you're not ass at the game if you have a 50-50 win rate.
Yeah, it's just all based off how you played. Like, I honestly don't know, because I know people on PlayStation 5 that aren't getting these crazy matchups like I am, but winning all their games. I don't know how they just managed to. Maybe they just play at different times. Maybe I just play at sweat hours, but I can't. I can't play for 4 games in a row without matching up with a top 12 player on the console.
It's not that. It's that, like, if these guys are decent at the game and they get bopped by a comp player, they get bumped down. So, like, if you face JB and you lost by 40, and then you faced Dill and lost by 40. Even if you won every single game, it doesn't matter, because the system will say you're not at the level of JB and Dill. But because you're running JB and Dill close, the system says you're at that level. That's the problem with me, is that like when I play these comp players in EU, I'm running them close. Like I've beaten Danto, I've beaten most of the comp players in EU, or I've ran them within 5-10 points. So the system is like, he's competitive with these guys who were in high bracket SPMM, so let's play him against guys in high bracket SPMM every game.
Yeah, I guess next time match up with one of those guys, they're gonna have to watch 20 minutes of flopping, I guess. No more comp games on Unlimited, fellas. I'm flopping. You can have it. Get down 40 and get up out of there so I can get some Mickey Mouse matchups going.
Yeah, but then you go down a bracket, and now you're playing somewhat bots and you're flooding them by 40. So now you're just going to go back up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not doesn't really
like, the best thing to do is, when you're in the silver tier, lose 10 games in a row, or you need to win 2 games, lose 10 games in a row by 40, and then just win your next 2 by like 10.
Yeah, you really just want the sweet matchups.
Yeah, if you kick your
all
feet
about
up,
tactical control of the scoreboard.
Yeah, if you lose every game by like 50 points and you consistently face bots and barely beat them, you will get to the Opal tier and you will win those 12 games in the Opal tier, 12-0, if you can consistently win by like 6 to 10 points against bots without facing a good player.
Yeah,
like it's the easiest system ever to manipulate.
I mean, people reverse ghost on Call of Duty all the time.
What about taking the MLB solution? Because for so long, the way their equivalent to Unlimited worked was you had to reach a pretty good skill rating, right? But this year, what they introduced was you can either get the skill rating for the reward, which is the quicker way, or you can win X amount of games and still get the reward.
That would be perfect, but that's a lot.
Never gonna do it. That's
the worst part is that like, if you watch every video that I've ever made for the last 3 years suggesting game modes, I have literally said, and I was like, 2K needs to never put a draft mode into 2K, because draft mode will take away from time they should be putting into fixing MyTEAM Unlimited, which is broken.
Yeah,
and no one plays draft mode. Like, look at any of my old videos, like in my wish list. I literally say it. And my draft, when they introduced a draft mode, I literally said it. I was like, nobody plays draft mode after a week. I play FIFA. Nobody plays draft mode after a week. And the fact, I was like, when they mentioned draft mode, they mentioned MyTEAM Unlimited and Limited. I was like, I can guarantee you these are the same as last year, because they spent all their time in a draft mode no one's going to play. Every comment being like, oh, we all really want the draft mode. We want to play that. Who the hell plays the draft mode?
No one. Now
he's the only one that's even go out of his way for Drummond.
They didn't even update them this week. If you go in there, it's still maxed out packs. If you open a draft box right now, unless they changed
it's iced out.
It's
iced out. Yeah.
It was on Friday. They didn't do it. It was like they were late by a lot. Friday afternoon.
Anyone saying, "Oh, the rewards need to be better in the draft." The draft is the most rewarding game mode, and it's not even close. You go through a 10-game draft series, you're coming out with like 80 tokens, 20,000 MT, a diamond contract. You're coming out with ridiculous stuff. I mean, like, just because the reward card isn't the best. And Andre Drummond's not bad.
If they put a Paul Silas type of card in the draft mode, people would play it. But
no, I don't think they would, because no one really played the draft mode for Glenn Robinson. He was the best power forward in the game.
People played for Gwen. A lot of people ran Gwen. I had a lot of people in my chat saying they were on like their 9th board because they kept having to buy tokens. So they're trying to get them. I think they could if they up the cards. I think people would play it until they got the card, and then they don't go and touch the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like people thought the draft mode was going to be this like great thing, being like, oh, draft modes are great. I said 80 tokens. I very much overgassed the tokens, probably like 20, 30. But everyone who was always talking about, oh, I'd always play the draft mode. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No one plays draft mode. We all say, oh, we want the draft mode. People have parroted that for 4 years. But anyone who's played FIFA knows no one plays draft mode in these games. I know apparently MLB did a good job of it. But like
MLB, their draft mode's like their most popular game mode.
You know what would also help too, though? I think above the rewards and everything, the biggest thing is that with that promo pack, if you actually had a real chance of getting the headliner,
you're
getting the same 3 budget cards you can just go buy on the auction block for 5K. If you had like a very good chance of getting like that Giannis or T-Mac, and you're a dude that doesn't have the MT to afford them, you're gonna go try and get your draft and see if you can play with them. You know, like I think that would help a lot. But I haven't seen anyone get a headliner.
It's not only that. Like, why the hell would anyone want to play with Emerald Mike Conley, Sapphire Clay Thompson, Sapphire Larry Keenan, Ruby Lowry Markkinen, and a headliner? Like, they're the only cards that come out. Like, why would you? When you can get 5,000.
Doesn't really work for 2K because of how bad the lower tiered cards are.
But like, it's so easy to do. Only put promo cards into these packs from now on. Like, you can only get season 2 promo cards, so you should be allowed to pull pink diamonds in like the regular position packs. Yeah. And maybe you'll get something. But like, you're pulling regular current series players. That's all you're pulling. And if you're pulling a promo card, you're getting every single draft box that I opened about 8 or 9 of them since they updated it. Marvin Bagley and Larry Markkinen have one of those two has appeared in every single one. Yeah, like, you're just getting primetime cards from season 1.
Yep, which are like glorified current series cards, really.
Yeah. They did not do a good job with that. So yeah, any more topics we want to talk about?
I think pretty good to wrap it up here. You guys are.
I just want to end with Supermax, so everyone is aware.
Supermax champion. If that version of Supermax was in 2K18, it would have been a great game. That's all I'm going to say. Max Verstappen would have saved. He would have saved NBA 2K18.
Was it like a big deal today, or are you just like a fan of him, Mac? Like, deal?
No, it was a huge deal. It was a huge deal.
Oh, it was the most controversial ending to a season there's ever been, and it's going to be talked about for years.
Yeah.
It was mental.
The right person won, but he won it the wrong way.
Season about it on Netflix within the next 6 months.
It would be. Jacob, imagine if this happened. This is a hypothetical situation. Imagine if the Cavs played the Warriors, or not even that. Imagine if I'm trying to think of just 2 teams. Imagine if the Warriors played the Nets in the NBA Finals, and the Warriors were quite a bit ahead, and then got screwed out of 2 games. And then in Game 7, the Nets were ahead by 20 points with 3 minutes to go, and the whole power shut down in the place. And as a compromise, they said, come back, tie game, 3 minutes to go, and Steph Curry, or tie game, 3 minutes to go. But the Brooklyn Nets have have KD and James Harden fouled out. And it's a straight shootout, 3-minute game, where the Warriors are their whole team versus a half a Brooklyn Nets team. A tie game, even though they're up by 20. So the Warriors really should have won. The right winner, but the wrong circumstances.
So it was like someone got screwed and in order for to fix it, someone else got screwed.
Next goal wins. Like, they threw out the rule book. Like, basically, Hamilton was so far. Verstappen should have won. He should have had it wrapped up.
Verstappen should have won the championship.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have won the race.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have won the race.
Hamilton was like so far ahead that it needed a miracle. And then there was a crash.
They brought it back, but the Mercs were vastly superior today on the track. Yeah. Like there was no doubt about it.
But he was never losing in one lap because of his tires. He only pit stopped once.
The reason, like, again, the Mercedes argument is that right conditions were that the race ends under the safety car, so they shouldn't have had to pit. Red Bull took the risk because they had nothing to lose, and it worked out for them. So,
Yeah.
it's like, that's just the way it goes.
That will never be forgotten by anyone who watched that.
The Drive to Survive on Netflix is going to be juicy. That's all I'll say.
Is there a documentary being made about that?
Yeah, they've already been. Netflix have been doing it for the past 2 seasons, so the new seasons. Netflix were just probably losing their minds after today. I don't think Merck. I don't know if Merck were involved this year though, so I don't know how much we'll get of them. Be footage that's like public, but won't be like inside the garage that you don't see.
I didn't realize Formula 1 is like the most viewed sport in the world.
Can't be more than soccer, right?
There's no way.
I think it's either first or second.
I don't know how it's that popular right now. The past arguably 9 years up until this year have been
the most viewed sporting event is not the World Cup, it's the Tour de France. There's a load of these like weird sporting events. Like cricket is like this is more viewed than basketball. Like
I find that hard to believe, but like I guess it probably
I don't
is.
even understand the game of cricket, honestly.
It's because it's India.
How it works.
It's because it's huge in India, and India has like 1.8 billion people.
Yeah,
I know the F1 viewership went up recently because with like Drive to Survive being on Netflix, a lot more Americans started watching it.
Yeah, I think it's huge in like China and places. It's huge everywhere. It's one of those. I think.
Let's see, Formula 1 viewership.
Am I wrong with that? No, I think I could be wrong.
Average nearly 1 million on ESPN.
Yeah, I'm not talking about. Formula 1 has 1.9 billion total audience in 2019. Which is kind of nuts. And that's just on its core digital platforms. That's why. Because, like, it's... Formula 1 is huge in, like, Saudi Arabia and all those countries. Like, I know football is as well.
We race for money. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Race for money.
Like,
that we race as one is the biggest lie I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's up there anyway. It's up there. I might be wrong. But, like, I know cricket's way ahead of basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA.
I think soccer probably is number one.
Pretty well, too.
Soccer has to be number one.
Soccer just has to be number one worldwide. Yeah, it just has to be.
Yeah. You're saying NBA is going down. NBA viewers are not going down. They're going down in America. They're not going down.
Not going down overall. Yeah, I just know that there's a lot of talk around that with the bubble, after the bubble.
Yeah, because, like, everything kind of went down. It's a bubble.
Yeah.
And also, everyone's, like... The amount of people don't understand, like, TV ratings don't mean anything anymore.
Do you guys really think the bubble championship should count?
Oh God, Jacob, you were the one who put me on to why every NBA finals an asterisk. So let's just not go.
Do you guys really think that Giannis's ring should count? Because Giannis is just unfair. He's just running. He's not even skilled. He doesn't even need skill. He dropped 50 points in Game 6.
I mean, JaVale McGee has the same wingspan and height as Giannis. Why doesn't he just run all over the place and dunk?
He doesn't run. He's just dunk man. He's not run and dunk man. That's the problem with Giannis. Giannis is run and dunk man. JaVale McGee is just dunk man.
Oh, speaking of dunk man, did you guys see KCP yesterday? Did you guys see KCP get his blocked by the backboard?
KCP get blocked by the board.
Oh man, I about fell out of my chair when I saw that.
I'm 100% doing that next time, saying I was going to dunk it. I can very easily dunk it off the side of the backboard.
I think even I probably could, and I'm not even that tall. But yeah, you can't discredit the championship. I'm not saying there weren't players who definitely excelled in the bubble atmosphere. And you had players
unpopular
like
opinion,
TJ Warren turning into MJ, like
Disney.
One popular opinion, mentally, I can guarantee you it was harder to play in the bubble.
Not for some players.
But for a lot of them, like, it was the easiest opportunity in the world to show.
Some people thrive off crowds, and some people just absolutely don't perform well.
Like, Paul George was definitely was definitely sitting there being like, what the hell are they saying about me? What are they watching? There's no crowds here. There's nothing going on. Like, he was in a bad spot.
Paul George
Like,
in the bubble. That was the real animal.
That was pandemic P, man. Like, it was, the bubble was fun, though. Like, that was fun. Just all the memes that came with it were great.
When Paul George, when he came out and had that one good game, and he was like, oh, my mental health's all fine. I'm like, no, you just played a good game. If you are actually struggling, you are not coming back and having a good game after that. And then he stunk it up for 2 more games. But he is the most consistent. Like, people don't understand. Everyone's like, oh, Paul George is back. Paul George has never had a bad regular season in his whole career. Paul George has never consistently been good in the playoffs in his career. Paul George has one spectacular game and a bad game. He has never played 3 good playoff games in a row. And he's also never in his career had a bad regular season. Paul George is literally being Paul George. And he's never changed. He's always been Paul George.
You proved me wrong. I didn't realize that he was that inconsistent back in Indiana. I guess he just got a pass for those bad games because he was so young.
Did you look at the stats, Jacob?
Yeah, I didn't believe you when you told me, honestly, because I remember him being really good in the playoffs in Indiana when they were going like toe-to-toe with the Heat.
But if you actually look at that Heat series, like, he was good in one game and then he would just be a bum in the next game. Like, that series was close, but like, no one ever thought the Pacers were going to win, which is weird.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats here. Like, the 2013 playoffs, he had like a good run of like 5 games, like 1 bad game.
But look at how bad his bad game was, though. Was that the one where his bad game in that Miami Heat series was like 12 points or something?
Where's the Miami one? 7 points.
He had 7 points in the biggest playoff series of his career.
I mean, the runs between 2013 and 2014 and 2016 don't all seem that bad.
No, it's not that they're bad.
Bad game, like, strewn in.
He'd have 2 good games, maybe, and have 1 bad game. And his bad games were bad games. Like, it's not.
I'm also not reading like all these stats here because like there's a game where like if you look at like the easy box score, like points, rebounds, it doesn't seem that bad. But then you look at like field goal made 4, attempted 16. You're like, actually, no, yeah, maybe that was a bad game.
He's literally just like, he has been the exact same player. He was the exact same in OKC. He was the exact same in Indiana, and even he just played slightly worse in the bubble. And like, everyone's like, oh, he's back. It's like, he never went. He was brilliant. Brilliant before the bubble. Had a few really good games in the bubble. And was really good last season. I just wish, if I was the Sixers, I would have traded Ben Simmons for him straight away. Because they were trying to ship him after he was bad in the bubble. Imagine if you put Paul George on that Sixers team.
He would be tough over there. I mean, honestly, I think the Clippers could be tough still, but they need everyone healthy.
I think Kawhi's as good as done for his career.
Should have stayed with the Raptors, man.
Yeah, he's a wild card. Wins. You just have no idea what he's even thinking or feeling. He's just so.
There is a 0% chance he does not win the bubble ring if he's with the Raptors.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We could have went back to back.
Imagine Toronto going back to back.
I know. Would have been
Toronto
great.
Would have been. But like, if in the bubble, like Toronto were better in 2020 than they were in 2019 if they had Kawhi.
Yeah.
Because like
OG Anunoby, we dragged that Celtics team to 7 in the bubble, and they were vastly superior to us.
Yeah, they had a good shot.
I predicted the Raptors win the whole thing in the bubble. I thought Raptors would beat LA.
You haven't done your B-ball daily stuff lately, have you, DBG?
Pascal Siakam's just way too inconsistent to be like the go-to on that team.
I mean, his evolution into a human Beyblade wasn't great, was it?
All those spin moves are crazy.
I think Scotty Barnes could lead Toronto in the next few years. Like what I'm seeing out of him.
Yeah.
Supposed to be Fred VanVleet, but Fred's like a Kyle. He's a locker room leader, you know.
Yeah.
He's not an on the court leader. That's what
you want to talk about leaders? I'll tell you what, man, Cade. Oh man,
I swear to.
Oh my god.
Those leaderships.
He's not. Is he even better than Alperen Şengün?
Yes. Did you see what he was doing this week? They went to overtime against the Wizards, and there was. Okay, so for the whole entire end of this game against the Wizards, we were going to Jeremy Grant post up, Jeremy Grant post up, Jeremy Grant post up. And then finally, with 3 minutes left in overtime, Cade's like, nope, we're not doing this anymore. Goes down, scores a bucket. All right, great. We give up a bucket. Give it back to Cade, scores a bucket. Go down, give up a bucket. That happens 4 times. Cade scores on 4 straight possessions in overtime. And how do we end the game? Swinging off Kyle Kuzma and letting him hit a game-winning corner 3. Like, Cade's got it. We just got to get everything else figured out.
Oh god, I just don't want to hear about Cade anymore.
I'll give you this: he's better than Jalen Green.
Something.
I'll tell you that he's like Cade versus Jalen Green. Cade's better than Jalen Green. I'll give you that much.
He's had a better rookie year than everybody in his class besides Scotty and Mobley, and that'll change by the All-Star break. He's
not playing. While on the floor, Şengün's been better.
Jeremy Grant's hurt now. I watched. Look at the box score right now. He's played 12 minutes tonight. He has 12 points. He's probably going to get 40. That's what he's on pace for.
Cade.
He's on pace for 40 points right now.
I mean, by that logic, Brian Scalabrine or was Brian Scalabrine the season where he scored more points than minutes should have won MVP.
Some good per 36 numbers. Some good per 36.
Jacob's gonna spin up everything he can to like argue why Cade should be MVP this year. I promise you he will.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look at Cade in the first quarter. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. That's 1 quarter.
The Pistons evidently aren't going to make it to the playoffs, and Jacob will still find an argument for Cade to be finals MVP at this point.
Cade's on pace to get 40, 12, and 12 tonight. So all I'm going to say is I need to get and watch that game because,
But like that, you can literally say whoever scores the first basket, whoever scores the first basket of the game. Imagine a center gets a block in the first minute of a game, gets a block, 2 points, a rebound, and goes 1 for 1. Oh, he's on for 80 and 40. He's on for 80, 40, 40 tonight.
Well,
oh my God, Steph drained a 3 in the first 10 seconds. He's on pace to break Wilt's scoring record. A single game.
I mean, it's on the first possession. It's the first quarter, And now that Jeremy Grant's hurt, honestly, I like Jeremy, but I think it's a good thing for Cade because now it's like Cade's going to beat him.
There have been so many times players have scored more than 25 points individually in the first quarter. You do realize that, don't you?
I mean,
like that's not uncommon.
It's pretty uncommon. 25 points in the first quarter. That doesn't happen too often.
It happens at least once every couple of years.
Bro, Tay makes me laugh so
dude, like
much.
Kay gonna be doing that.
True as well.
Cade's always a triple-double watch. Bro. Cade's always a triple-double watch, man.
I think we need to end it there. We need to end this there. This is not turning into a Kay Cunningham.
Yeah. It's a good place.
We're just going to end it there. Jacob, you can hit stop record there.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and rate fitness.